Oh, we got a little crown from Gamer Giving.
Hey everybody!
Hello.
Yay!
Everybody say hi. We're live.
Hi!
Hello, everybody.
Oh my god, so loud. Hi. Oh, yep, and there we go. Literally has not said anything for the last 2
Literally
hours.
perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
She
That's
is
great.
hysterical right now.
We've literally had 2 hours of silence, and as soon as we press live, dog freaks out.
Of course.
Anyway,
Oh my god, you have to be in this room to see what's happening behind me.
oh my god. Cool, I'll do the intro. So, hi to everybody who's watching. Welcome to Lady Gamers Night. My name is Adam. I'll be the dungeon master for our D&D sessions. We've been. I know. We've been
Oh
playing
my
for
god,
what?
it's so hot.
You're too kind. We've been playing together for what, like 3-4 weeks at this point, and we decided, you know what, we're having lots of fun. Why don't we share this and kind of help revitalize the D&D community a little bit as well? It's got a lot of really strong support from some super popular streams right now, and we want to contribute to some of that awesomeness as well, and maybe raise some money for some good causes in the meantime as well. So yeah, without further ado, kind of want to let everybody introduce themselves and what they do. Or Jenna, we had a thing to do with the thingy thing. I have no idea what's happening. I'm just here
You
to
had a
tell the
thingy thing
story.
to do?
I don't know. Okay, everyone say hi. Let's start with Jenna and just go around the room / internet.
Okay, hi, I'm Genocide. I will be your tiefling rogue for the day.
Sure.
I guess
And
mine's name was Janaga, I forgot.
and I'm Adrian, but in game I'm Erendiel. I am the wood elf druid, but nobody can say my name, and it's a joke at this point.
Erendiel. I totally said it right at least once this session.
Yeah, there you go.
The rest of the time it's going to be butchered, but I'm going to try. And Chale.
I'm playing Amelia Nightrain, a human rogue.
So, for anyone who's interested, we've been running adventures from Roll20, which is the platform we use to play online, because we are located all over the country. I am usually in California, but I'm home for the week, so I'm live streaming with Mandy and Jenna directly. So if you hear a little bit of echo and overlap, sorry. We're all sitting pretty close together. I'm usually in California, so it's been a really good way for us to kind of keep in touch and run games long distance. It's been a lot of fun. For anyone who's interested in picking up some of the adventures that we're doing, we're currently running the Sunless Citadel. Players, no Googling, no looking up cheats, no looking up maps. I will know and I will find out. But yeah, it's a great series of 6-7 adventures that are put together by Wizards of the Coast, and they're great introductions to new players to kind of introduce mechanics and game systems, and it can take characters all the way from level 1 to 20. So strongly recommend it. This is what the title looks like. So we are currently running the Sunless Citadel. We left our session last week where we have had discussions with the mayor of the town. Her children, who are young adventurers in their 20s, have gone missing. They are not kids. Mandy.
Such
They are
children.
not. I mean, they are, but they're not kids.
Yeah. So they've gone missing. They were on an adventure to recover something that it's a magical fruit that can heal people to full health and cure all diseases, even remove curses of magical nature. And it only blooms once a year. When they never came back, the mayor got concerned and hired a party of adventurers from the local tavern to go after their last known whereabouts. You all decided to take on the charge and headed down the old road until you found the large chasm where the Sunless Citadel used to be, plunged into the earth, into the Underdark. You arrived at the Sunless Citadel entered through the first spire, the Sunless Citadel had fallen so much that you're actually entering from the second floor and bypassed a trap that almost caught you guys unawares, and then you were able to sneak by and get through the pit trap into the main room. After a little bit of adventuring and triggering a secret trap that revealed some skeleton archers and destroying them, you found the kobold's lair who had taken up residence, and they told you a little bit about the current situation. So you found Meepo, who is the dragon keeper, and you found that their dragon, Calor 6, was stolen away by these goblins that live within the chasms of the Underdark and have moved into the Citadel at the lower levels. After working with them and talking to Yustrael, who is the kind of clerical queen of this kobold den, you agreed to see if you could bring Meepo along with you to rescue the dragon, while you're also looking for these two adventurers in hopes of returning them safely. And when we last left off, you guys were in a small room which has an empty chamber, which is home to only rat droppings, crumbled flagstone, and stains. There's an exit in front of you and behind you. What would you guys like to do? Don't be shy.
I do.
Perhaps we should check the door in front of us.
Okay.
Should always look forward. So maybe one of my darling rogues should check it for traps.
I can do that.
All right. Amelia, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
12.
All right. You kind of look around and you see that there are possibly some tracks and rat droppings still in the area. Someone who has maybe a little bit more familiarity with the behavior of the rodents may be able to tell you a little bit more about it. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything of any danger in this room that you can see.
Everything's fine, guys.
Alright, then what are we waiting for?
All right. Move everybody to the next room.
Yep, let's go.
Yes.
All right.
Ready to go.
Cool. So let's move over into the next space here. And as you come through the stone door, dust and odd bits of stony debris and rubble lie scattered across the floor. There's an ornate fountain that's built into the eastern wall. Though it's cracked and stained, the fountain's overarching carving of a diving dragon retains its beauty. A relief-carved stone door stands on the western wall. So your immediate exits are directly in front of you down that hallway, or that western door that's made of stone.
We check out the door first.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll. Actually, do any of you speak Draconic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rooted with that one.
Yeah.
Which one? She's been
learned
flirting
that
with everybody.
I didn't
All
even
right.
make bread.
So, as you approach the stone door and kind of look at the relief on it, you see a carving in Draconic that says, "Rebuke the dead, open the way." As you approach the door and get closer, you can kind of feel the air changes a little bit. It's cooler, almost as if there's an air or wind coming from behind the door.
It's just draconic, telling us to be careful. You know how they are. I think we're fine.
Can I check for like any danger? Like like a trap or anything like that? Can I check for that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check, please. In fact, anyone who wants to make a roll for perception, please do so now.
I'm doing so great on these perception rolls, guys.
Yeah.
I lost my character sheet for a moment. So you're doing
Okay. Janaga, as you're taking a look at the door, you actually kind of take a step back and assess the entire wall. And as your eyes kind of slowly draw up the wall, and as you're checking out the surrounding area, you notice a thin slat in the roof above where the door is. And as you kind of peer a little bit closer and reflect some of the light off of one of your daggers to see up into the chasm, you see what looks to be a concealed scythe that is ready to drop on the door.
What shall I do?
Very glad we checked the door.
Yeah, I would want to check that whole area to see if anything else might be coming my way, like it usually does.
What about this fountain?
There is indeed a fountain. Do you guys want to take a look at it?
I would check the fountain. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So,
from the fountain yet.
okay. So, people who speak Draconic, please roll a perception check.
That's one.
Oh, damn.
I didn't always.
So good news, it's a fountain. The basin is dry. It's stained slightly red. Not the color of like blood or rust. It's just kind of a weird off color. Other than that, doesn't seem to be anything cool or exciting about it.
Okay, cool.
Can I push her into the fountain?
The dry fountain.
Are we starting this again?
I was gonna say, do you
Try
really want to?
We haven't finished this yet.
Go ahead and roll a athletics check, and Jayaz, go ahead and roll a contested athletics check as well.
Oh.
Yay!
I gotta take the first one, yeah. So Amelia, you kind of
I am like
as Jayaz is leaning
elbows
over
her.
to check the inside of the basin, you just very casually just tip the back of her leg, and she loses balance and kind of falls face forward into the bin.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look at her and give her that look of.
I'm not even looking at you anymore. I walked away. So
Amelia's just like, yeah, cool, whatever, bro. Out.
does that do anything to the fountain? Any
No, it
drops
did
at
not.
all?
Nope. Fountain is still a fountain. Dragon relief and everything. Looks cool.
Really cool.
Mandy, since you're actually in the fountain, do you want to make another perception check?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Oh my
You are-
God.
I'll get my real dice out.
You currently see the inside of the fountain. And that's it. All right. What else would you like to do? The door to the west is still available. The passageway north is still available, and the inside of the dragon relief statue is still just a basin.
Okay. I'm not going through that western door. Let's go north, I think. Let's go down this hallway.
Yeah, I was gonna agree. Go north. Never go west.
Never go west.
East,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So, you guys can all control your own characters as you move down the hallway into this room. The cobblestone floor contains 2 trap doors that are blocked open by iron spikes. The north wall holds a dry fountain carved with an overarching diving dragon. A faint rotten stench pervades the room.
Hey, I got it though.
Now, at this point, is Mifo following us?
Oh yeah, what's going on with him?
And he's in
Okay.
So-
the party.
Meepo's tagging along. He's waiting for you guys to help him find his dragon.
Can he?
He also
there you
speaks
go.
Draconic.
I was gonna say Mifo sent over the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't we use him to get him to
gonna
read
say.
the fountain?
No one ever asked
Can
what
you get
Meepo
the
thought.
lights down?
No. Yes, that's exactly what Amelia's saying to you.
So are y'all gonna ask Meepo?
Ask Meepo.
I'm gonna ask Meepo if maybe, since he's more fluent in Draconic.
Okay,
He actually knows what he's doing.
let's see here. What does Meepo know? Where is Meepo's character sheet? Kobolds? Okay. He doesn't have straight up perception, so we're just going to roll for him that way. Wow. Okay. Good job, Meepo.
Woo!
So Meepo kind of like climbs real close to the edge of the fountain, his long like claws kind of clacking against the stonework on the edge of the thing. And as he's peering into the basin and looking at the dragon, and he sees this almost completely smudged out kind of etching in words. Jazz, you couldn't see it before because it was so faint. But he looks at it, and in Draconic, he reads out, "Let there be fire." As he does, there's almost a charge of energy that kind of surfaces around the dragon's mouth. Meepo backs away, kind of scurrying away from the edge of the thing, kind of worried about what he just did. As the magic kind of settles into the statue and the glowing absorbs into the stonework, reddish liquid begins to well from the dragon's mouth, which slowly drops into the basin and starts accumulating. It's like a thick, syrupy red color.
No blood.
No, not blood. Doesn't seem to
Should
smell like
light it.
copper or anything.
Let there be fire. Should we light it on fire?
Can you later?
I mean, I can cast fairy fire. But
Invisible things.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if we light it on fire?
Okay, before we do anything, Meepo, can you read the door? The like Draconic on the door too?
Meepo is not sure, but Meepo can try. Meepo's going to take a look. And he kind of approaches the door, looks real close, kind of squints, sees what it is. I don't know.
okay.
Meepo doesn't know.
Shut up.
But he's
She's
a much
better than
nicer
you.
Smeagol.
I've been.
Meepo looks very sad when you say that. Meepo just kind of looks down, and
No,
he's had a
no,
rough day. He
Meepo.
lost a dragon.
Meepo, don't
He's got the
listen to
leash. He's
her.
kind of wringing it in his hands. He's had a rough day.
Understand. You're fine.
You
I mean,
did
look
great,
at
Meepo.
the fountain. You did amazing. Good job, Meepo.
Aw.
Oh.
Which, in case y'all forgot, this is Meepo right now.
Oh, I remember. He's super cute.
He's so
Yeah.
cute.
He's just adorable. Gotta help this sweet guy.
And then we have to go find the kids.
Meepo's
Oh,
sweet
yeah,
boy.
I know.
Kids.
Meepo looks like the dragon version
Dragon
of your dog,
right
Michael.
now.
I think
Okay.
maybe we should try the fire fountain.
Yes, come on, baby, light
Now-
my fire.
You guys also don't forget your adventuring supplies. You do have torches, you do have flint and tinder, so you don't have to use spells for that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna regret if I waste it.
I think we could use the spell to take care of it.
My spell actually, I don't have the power. I don't have the power available to me at this time to be able to light that on fire.
Alright, then I guess I'll leave.
Baby, no light my fire.
Do I have to roll something to use the torch?
No. As an adventurer, it's just you just pull it out of your pack and then strike it with flint and tinder and it lights.
So, Joss is going to move back over to her friend the fountain. And I will light a.
I'm gonna
As
move out of the room as she lights the torch.
No.
As you approach the fountain,
Meepo,
go ahead and
come
make an
on,
Arcana
follow
check.
us.
But Meepo want to know what it is. Meepo's not very smart. Fair warning. Giles, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me. Somebody gets it when it matters. So you're almost compelled as you withdraw the torch from your pack. You kind of lean down, and as you're going through your pack, you can kind of smell this weird, almost like cinnamon from the pool. And you kind of lean over, and you kind of put your finger in it, just test it, and it seems to be safe, totally fine. And you put it up to your face, kind of smell, and go. And it smells sweet, almost like it's edible. And you take a very just little like quick dab.
Liquid big red gum.
Your
It's
mouth.
like a liquid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a piece of my baguette that I have on
I
me.
knew that was
And
coming.
I'm gonna spread it on the baguette just to like balance
Okay.
the flavor.
So you take a piece of baguette, you rip off a chunk, and you kind of dip a tiny bit. And as you put it in your mouth, you kind of chew. And as you kind of exhale, because it's spicy, you weren't quite expecting that. Like it smelled like cinnamon, but it's actually like almost heat in your mouth. You kind of go, and as you do, little flicks of flame
Oh my god, what is
pop
that?
out.
My gosh.
Like
I'm-
flaming baguette.
I'm all
No,
up in
I mean you swallowed the baguette, but you appear to be like very, very, very faintly breathing fire for the very small amount that you took.
I'm gonna turn to Meepo with like Christ look on my face. And Meepo, did you see that?
Do it again. Do it again.
I'm gonna forget the
I'm gonna come back into the room.
and then I'm gonna like lick it and then turn to him and
As the flames expel, they're very light. They're not damaging, but Meepo kind of goes like, his head comes back a bit. He's like, "Are you a dragon?"
Badly.
In Draconic, he replies back, "No."
I'm gonna just wink at him and get my invisible cat.
Does anyone, if you have a glass vial on you, you can take some of this to go, but there's about enough for one vial to be filled.
I don't
do
have
not.
one.
I don't have one.
I have a water skin.
A water skin will also work.
Fill that
Everyone
up.
should have a water skin, I believe.
Well, I have a Dungeness crab pack and I think water.
You're going to need to actually print out what's in your character sheet at a certain point.
I will.
Let me see what's in the dungeon crab pack, Dungeoneers pack real quick. Dungeoneers pack contains a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pitons, 10 torches, tinderbox rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Awesome. So then I'm gonna take my water.
Okay.
And, I'm gonna take whatever water is left in it. At
Mhm.
this point, I'm gonna collect fire syrup.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it.
So go ahead and add 1 potion of fire breath to your character sheet, please.
Ooh.
I was not expecting that. That is pretty stinking cool.
Welcome to real adventuring. You guys got traps and magic items all in one room. We're in for a good session,
Ooh.
y'all. I might try and murder you.
Woo!
And my
As you go.
face falls. I am
All my
no
loved
longer
ones
wearing
are
a
dead.
smile.
I'm not afraid.
All right.
I have a lot
so
of
is there
life
anything-
ahead of me. I actually
Actually, now seems to be a good time to call out a house rule of my own. I don't choose to share this with the adventuring party usually. However, some people in chat might notice I'm not a fan of party killing or player killing people early on in a campaign. There may be instances where I don't follow the guidelines of the book directly, and that is to preserve the life of the party. Everyone should be having fun early on. Character death is a very real threat, and if people do something dumb, there's still a very real chance that will happen, but I don't want to kill people just from adventuring. Not yet, but be careful.
Yeah, being the key
we
word,
have
guys.
some time. We have some time.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in this room before you move on?
I'm pretty
Keep
happy.
going.
I think we're good to go.
Okay.
All right,
Feel
moving down the hallway.
it as well.
Okay. So as you guys are moving down the hallway, this section of hallway contains doors, all slightly ajar. The area smells kind of musky, a little damp.
Hmm.
This is a door.
Yep.
I'm gonna invest. Kind of as we're going down the hall, check like
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you checking for traps or just going through?
I'm
Okay. Roll perception. Okay. You look around. You check the door handle. You also look around, and doesn't seem to be anything weird or dangerous about this door.
So I'm gonna go.
Okay. So you enter through, and you basically see just an empty chamber. There's general debris scattered amongst the floor. However, it doesn't seem like there's anything really of interest. There is another door that goes north. Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll perception. Okay. Again, doesn't seem to be anything on the floor. So you open the door, which is just a standard wooden door, standard handle. You swing the door open, and before you enter, you look down the hallway. And I'm going to move you here just so you can actually see what it is. This hallway is liberally strewn with sharp caltrops on the floor. Caltrops are kind of like little jacks that are pointed on the edges that make it hard to walk through an area. On the northern wall, passage to the room beyond is blocked by a roughly mortared 3-foot high wall, complete with crenellations on the sides.
Part of me wants to be like, hey, over that one. Seeing how things going today, that how the caltrops something further, but
Okay. So you're back in the room. What do you tell them?
all right. So nothing is. We might be able to get her, but I don't know if we want to do that right now.
Okay. Yeah, then let's just keep going down this hallway. At least that's what I think.
Okay. So everyone starts moving down the hallway. And as you do, I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Great.
No reason.
No reason.
Woo!
As you do,
I actually got kind of a good
Said
number
roll
for once.
initiative for fun.
Oh man.
Okay. Where are my
For
dudes?
battle.
As you all start making your way down this hallway, you see something that's a rather familiar sight. You remember dealing with these guys in the larder many, many, many moons ago, back when you were still being trained by Ilaria, and 3 giant rats
Ah, my old
emerge from the
enemy.
hallway. As they hear you guys moving throughout the hallway and they start seeing the light. Go ahead and roll initiative for these homies. If I can find their sheets. Everything's alphabetical. Alphabet is hard. Pretty much. All right.
And
So those
that
guys are all
Amelia
sitting
still
pretty at
hates them.
11. All right. So these guys all have an 11 for initiative. All right. Jayaz, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Since we're in play court, instead of using chaos,
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll for attack. Natural 20. Okay, sure, whatever. Roll damage. Shut up.
Suddenly being all good.
I fooled you with my roll.
I'm
got it
most
out of the
impressed with the
way.
fact that your advantage roll was a 25, a natural 20, and your disadvantage roll was a 6, like a natural 1.
25.
Yeah. All right, so you rolled a 3 times 2 is 3, plus your 3 is 9 points of piercing damage to the one right in front of you. Oh no, my roll 20 is being a jerk. Stop it. All right, so, and that was with your short swords. You basically see this rat coming out the hallway, and you're like, not again! And you immediately take your short sword and just stab it through the center of it before it even has a chance to recognize what the hell is even happening.
Made it. Take him. Look at him. Just so he knows. I know it's
Amelia, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I will use my daggers on
Okay.
the one next to the one she killed.
Okay, so you're moving up here. And go ahead and roll your dagger attack, please. 19, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. 4 piercing damage. So again, as you see the rat kind of exit the room, you leap across, kind of hopping in front of the party and bringing your daggers down a slashing strike right across like its head and neck. And it seems to cut pretty deep, and it's pretty badly wounded. However, it's still standing. Janaga, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to move towards the one all the way back there, and I'm
Okay.
going to use Alaria's laughter.
All right. So you move 20 feet of movement. And go ahead and roll your attack with your +1 longsword. All right, so modified 20. Go ahead and roll for damage. 12 points of slashing damage. So as you kind of, using your halfling size, you weave in between the larger party members, jump over the second giant rat, and you come up to the final one in the back of the room, and you bring out the blade and swing it down. And as you do, you hear Ilaria's chuckle in the wind as you've heard before, and it just connects with the rat, completely severing its head from its body, and just the body slumps to the ground, defeated.
That's
that
right.
sword.
She wanted me to get rid of the rats of the world. Do I make you proud, Alaria?
All right, giant rat is dead. Giant rat is dead. Giant rat is dead.
Yes, I'm not actually Alaria.
So E, you're up. Go ahead. What would you like to do? You've got the one still alive in front of Amelia.
Okay, so I'm going to move behind him so
Okay.
that I can poison spray it without hitting her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a quick athletics check for me, since you're moving through another character space.
Okay.
13? That's good. Okay. So go ahead and roll for your poison spray.
Oh my.
All right. I need to roll a Constitution saving throw. All right. He ties it at 14. However, he takes 2 points of damage. As you release your noxious gas through your hands and kind of see the poison smoke through, it pulls in through the giant rat's face, and it leaves that kind of almost sadistic smile in the air as it finally absorbs. The rat starts retching pretty violently on the ground, twitching and shaking its body. As it does, it tries to take one quick swipe at Amelia before it falls. Is going to just make a quick claw attack. It's actually not listed under here, so I'm just going to roll d20. All right, he rolls a 9
Does not hit.
plus their dexterity. Nope, does not connect. So as it's kind of twitching and falling to the ground, it tries to make a hit, doesn't even come close. Jayaz, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Yes.
Sorry,
Okay, go ahead. Yep, those definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 piercing. Go ahead and that kills the last red in here. How do you do it?
So first I'm gonna look at Amelia and just give her like that look like I'm gonna take care of this. And without breaking eye contact, I'm gonna come down with both the swords and just rip them in half.
Oh god.
As you do, it just eviscerates and bisects almost, and its guts and stuff just spill out onto the stone floor, all gross like. And you have defeated the giant rats.
Job. But I'm never gonna get used to seeing all these creatures just decimated.
All right.
Jazz Queen is just slaying today.
All right. Do you want to check out any of these side rooms, or you just want to head up to the next room?
Yes, I would like to check those out too.
Okay. Do you each just want to take a separate room, just peek in real quick?
Let's just all go to the one that we're
I go
close
to the right.
Okay.
The doors are ajar.
Yeah, the doors are slightly open. Okay. Everyone go ahead and roll perception for the room that you're in.
It's not fun.
Neither is mine.
Eh.
All right.
This is a
So,
dirty room.
Jayaz and Janaga, you both find 1 gold piece each in kind of the nests that the rats had made.
That's good. It's 8 gold.
They had like little, they're not well established. There's like some loosely pulled cloth from other rooms, dirt, whatever debris they could find, and kind of made like a little spot to keep warm, but there's not much to them.
You
Very
guys.
for news at this.
We ruined their
I'm a
chance
rat
at
for
building a
myself.
society.
All right. So as you enter the room on the end here, the cobblestone floor contains 2 trapdoors blocked by iron spikes. The north wall holds a dry fountain carved with an overarching diving dragon. A faint rotten stench kind of pervades the room here.
Or Meepo.
I was gonna say, Miko, where are you?
Yeah, where'd he
Meepo's hiding.
go?
Meepo heard fighting, and
Meepo,
he was like, I'm out,
darling.
yo. I'm coming!
Again.
For reference, the trapdoors that you see that are pinned by the iron spikes are here and here.
Oh, okay.
In fact, let me move them up so you can see them, just in case.
T-stand.
I am just outside, and this is the first time I think I've ever escaped the trap.
So yeah, these ones have already been disabled by these iron spikes in the ground, so you don't need to worry about them falling through or anything. What would you like to do? There is a door to the west here against that one trapped wall. And there's also the diving dragon basin in front of you.
I want to
I
check
would
out
like
this
to
basin.
check out the basin.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception checks.
I think I'll also check.
Nat 20.
Natural 20? All right.
Roll.
So everyone else kind of rushes up to the fountain a little excited because the last one gave you guys a sweet potion. Amelia, however, is still a little bit more skeptical. As she approaches and kind of looks into the dragon's mouth, you can kind of see where the fountain that you expect to be there has some suspicious like metal tubes just kind of carved in, as well as a small rusted iron canister. You notice that there's also a mostly worn away inscription in Draconic, but you can't understand it. But you point it out to Jaz, and she is apparently fluent. Or you can show it to Meepo.
Meepo, I need your help.
Yes. How can Meepo help?
I need you to read this on the fountain.
Oh, it says, and he reads it out in Draconic. It says, "Let there be death." As he reads it aloud, it triggers the trap.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be leaving now.
So as he reads the invocation aloud, the canister inside springs and almost pops to life, and a poison mist sprays forth from the dragon's mouth. I need everyone to go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh.
Nope. Surprise action.
7.
Where's Constitution?
That's all right. I'm just checking your first one.
Can't find Oh, there it is.
Okay. All right. So everyone who is rolling less than a 10. You take 5 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned for 10 minutes.
I can't be poisoned. Yay!
Yay! So you're not poisoned then, you just take the damage.
I also can't be.
Oh, weird. Let me check your character sheet. Is that true?
I don't know.
Points of damage do we take?
5 points. 5 points of damage. You are not immune to poison, unfortunately.
Lies.
You take an additional 40 points of damage for lying to the DM.
I wasn't lying to the
Minus 2 hit points for self-esteem. No. Okay, so the poison trap is triggered. It kind of goes throughout the room. This green mist is exhaled from the dragon's mouth. As the gas kind of settles and permeates the room and dissipates, everyone kind of recovers. Some of you are coughing and retching a little bit from the foulness that kind of invaded your body, but you all stand kind of stronger. You feel slightly debilitated, except for Erendiel, who is like, what's wrong with all you guys?
I'm trying not to look smug because I know that
We're
it's bothering you guys, but I'm not doing a very good job.
Okay. Make a note. Next time
Meanwhile-
you're reading, read it in your head first, and then. You don't even know how to read it.
It's just funny to me that the two people that got poisoned are the two people that have been arguing this whole time. It's like poetic justice in a way.
All right. So still left in this room.
I'm walking through this
Yeah, I'm going
door.
through the door.
Yeah.
All right, that is. Let's see where
Hello,
we're going here.
creatures.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Surprise!
Are we out of initiative, or are we still rolling?
Oh, you're about to start a new one. I'm just looking for the room number here.
Let me make it.
Okay. As you creak open the stonework door and kind of pull through, you're immediately hit by an oppressive smell, which is rising from the chewed carcasses of cave rats, smaller vermin, and a few humanoid-looking creatures. The bodies lie upon a floor of filth, old bones, hair, and fur that combine to make a particularly large and vile nest. Directly across from you, you see several giant rats, which, surprise, surprise. However, there's one that is just off to the center that looks absolutely disgusting. It appears to. Let me see if I have a handout. If so, that'd be great. I think this one's really gross.
This guy right here.
How do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
Push and hold. Click and hold.
Oh, they don't have a handout for him. That's a shame because he's gross looking. Okay. That would be this one right here, I believe. Is
Okay.
bigger than the rest, and it is absolutely covered in like pustules and sores, and is just oozing grossness. Go ahead and
Like
roll
a-
initiative.
Of
Initiative. Gianna's is gonna look at that one and kind of like gasp, and she's gonna tuck the rest of her baguette into her satchel, so it's not exposed to him.
Okay.
And baguette out.
I always have my baguette.
Just stares at you. Like, what the fuck did you have that out for?
It makes me wish that your character was a man just because you said, I always have my baguette out. So
Oh my
two different things.
Inappropriate.
Oh, come on. We've been making those jokes since day one.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. We are a family-friendly stream. We're not family-friendly stream. Fair warning.
Not at all.
We are like opposite of family-friendly.
If you're very sensitive to like sexual comments or jokes, this might not be the stream for you.
At least most of it is
Yeah,
innuendo
fair
and
warning.
it's not explicit. So
I mean, or maybe all for you. I mean, no shame here.
Don't judge kings here. Nope.
All right. I am missing initiative from Jenna and Charlie. What? Oh, make sure that you have your token selected.
Mine also gave me the
Weird. Oh, I might have deleted it maybe? Go ahead and try one more time. There we go.
Did it pop up? Gave me
Yeah,
the
it
same
popped up.
message.
Yeah, gave me the same message.
Me too.
All right, let me drop some of these in. New stream difficulties, yeah.
Woo.
Apologize.
Actually, Jenna, where's your token?
I have no clue. I didn't even touch anything.
Did you not move into the room?
No, hers
I
is
did,
actually
I'm in the
just
corner.
missing. I think you might have hit escape or delete or something, and let me just put you back.
Okay, I have no idea what happened.
Oh, you know what?
There's two
I'm
me's
standing
on the
top
screen.
of it.
There's what?
Yeah,
I was on top of it.
Oh, hey now.
I didn't know you felt that way.
Inappropriate.
I just know I felt it.
guys.
It's always the time.
God.
All right. Let's see here. All right.
Pus-filled rats be
Now
my
I'm gonna
guess.
add 21. All right, and Amelia, you said yours still isn't working, right?
You're talking about. I'm still not understanding it.
When you rolled, did it?
That's right. I got you. All right, Jan, you're up first. So you've got the 3 giant rats in front of you, and then behind them is the big, pustulous, like disease-ridden one.
Oh, I'm going after that one. And
Yeah?
I'm gonna use Alaria's laughter and see how well that goes.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll. All right. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh.
10 points of slashing damage. So you jump right into the fray, not afraid of like the gross oozes that are just populating his body. And you
Killed
bring the
children
sword
earlier.
down. And as you do, it just hacks deep into the shoulder blade, and you can kind of almost see the sinew pulling apart as blood
Ew.
kind of gushes forth from the wound and is just spilling ooze and pus everywhere as you kind of slice through.
Ugh.
As you draw the sword blade back, you can hear it giggle as it makes a cut, almost as if it's like, yeah.
Aw.
It's morbid.
Wrapped into some weird.
Okay. As you make a severe attack on it, you hear Meepo yell the word Guthalash. Or Guthash. Yeah, that one. Gutash. Sure. I added an L. It's fine. And he almost like immediately just cowers in the corner of the room behind the nearest party member. So he's like chilling just behind Jayaz here. It's like, nope.
I'll protect you, Meepo.
It is your turn. Go ahead and do what you want.
So since there's nobody
Okay.
in front of me, when I click,
Okay.
I'm gonna pull like out of the gun.
For anyone who doesn't know, Lego Yas is her longbow.
Yes. And the shawties are the daggers.
I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry.
Uh,
I don't know why.
Oh man, I really wanted to go with that one. All right. So you go ahead and hit. Go ahead and roll damage, I guess. Jesus. Okay.
Chaos is how it's pronounced.
So you go ahead and fire off an arrow, which deals, an insane amount of damage. The arrow just pierces straight through the giant rat's skull, pins it to the ground, and just punctures into the stonework, pinning it in place. It flails slightly before it kind of just gives up and its brain stops firing any synapses at all. It is dead.
And then I'm gonna turn to Meepo and be, stick with me. I'll protect you.
Come
The bench
visit
are
you
so
if you want.
strong.
Amelia just
No.
rolls her eyes.
It is now the remaining giant rat's turns. All right. This first one here is going to sneak up next to E. And and make a claw attack. Come on.
Eradicate, use scratch.
Because why not? Ralph, man. Why is this even being a pain in the butt? Stop it.
This is truth.
No, roll 20 is being a pain. It brings up the thing and then it stops.
Oh my goodness, hi
While we're doing technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Hey, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and roll a d20 and see what happens. Boom. I'll add the dex modifier. So, the rat attacks for 13. Math is hard. E, what's your armor class?
15. Yeah, 15.
15. All right. So it tries to make a bite attack. It lunges forward at you, and it just kind of chomps air as you sidestep out of the way. And this one right here is going to turn to Jan and attempt a similar attack as well. And that is a 3. I know for a fact that does not hit. As you bring the sword back from attacking Guthash, the other one tries to bite at you, but seeing how much damage and impact you've done to its brood mother, it kind of cowers in fear a little bit instead of attacking. And E, it is your turn.
Okay. I'd like to move over here beside this big sucker.
Okay,
Poison spray it.
go for it. Go ahead and roll your spell. I'm going to go ahead and roll the Constitution save for that.
I would make another Pokemon joke, but I've already used it.
Only one.
Eh.
All right, so Guthash fails their saving throw, and you kind of put your hands together and release the poison spray before you, and it kind of coats through the matted disease,
Ooh.
and its internal organs start to almost sizzle. And you can basically see through its back and its damage, like the internal organs are starting to liquefy and fail. It
My bacon and eggs are done.
makes a loud screech that's piercing in such a small location. All of you kind of instinctively go to cover your ears, and it falls to the ground, and it just starts, a pool of blood just falls from its face a little bit, and it's no longer moving.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Amelia, it is your turn.
Okay. Me. Got a stabby stab.
Stabby stab. All right, 11. So as you go ahead and take your daggers and get ready to strike, you bring them down in a slashing motion, and as you do, the giant rat, seeing its broodmother fall, almost instinctively goes to her aid and sees the blade coming and tries to sidestep out of the way. It glances off of the thick hide that it has, and it just kind of bounces off the back. It doesn't really do any severe damage. Janaga, it is your turn.
I will turn towards this one up top.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my rapier on this one.
Okay, so you go ahead and you basically Laria's laughter real quick and withdraw your rapier with a flourish and make your attack. Go ahead and swing. 24. Go ahead and roll damage.
Finally.
You were on fire today. You went to swordsmanship
I don't know
in our last session.
It's Alaria's laughter. It speaks to her in her sleep.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's speaking with my dead fiance. Gotta bring it back to that.
Cover my face, and I'm awkward.
That's my backstory. Come on.
So as you go ahead and make your rapier stab, it just pierces through the right eye of the rat, and you pull it back, and then almost with a ballet-type twirl, spin around, your cloak billowing, and you slash it across the face, creating a stab and a slash across its vision, and it just falls over dead. You've clearly just blinded and destroyed it, and it's fallen to the earth.
I like to think it was a Sailor Moon attack, and I'm picturing it.
That's kind of what I was going for.
I love that.
It's like pink bubbles behind you.
Yes!
All right, Giaz, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
We have fun here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you take your short swords, and as you kind of fumble to put your bow away, the first strike is a little sloppy. However, the second one strikes true, and go ahead and roll damage.
I never noticed
All
that
right.
it said shouties.
Shouted. So as you fumble your first blade and you struggle to hold on to it, the second one you have a lot more confidence with your dominant hand. You bring it out and just bring it in a straight slashing motion down the back, almost cleaving it, not quite in half, but enough to split up the seams of its back and see the spinal column. The rat lets out a shriek, and blood just starts gushing from all the, and it collapses, kind of frantically flailing to get away from you before it rest.
I'm just gonna try to play off the fumble. That's how you.
All right.
And I just shake my head.
So the rats are dead. You are now in this room. You still see all the matted fur, bodies, filth on the floor, bones that just litter the area that you're standing in.
I do a perception to see if there's any loot or something.
Okay, go ahead.
Should we all do perception?
Yeah, go ahead. So 17, 12, 8, 5.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my day today.
All right, so Amelia, you are looking specifically through the giant matted nest of grossness, and you search for about 10 minutes while everyone else is going through the room. For everyone else who's kind of checking the area out, you start inspecting some of the bodies on the floor. You recognize two creatures that appear to be goblins. Meepo recognizes a kobold, although he doesn't know who it is. And then you also find one human male.
Oh no.
Amelia, as you're searching, you find 312 silver pieces, 68 gold pieces, and 3 gems worth about 25 gold each.
Damn.
Dang.
Um,
Pieces?
after taking the items from the nest and kind of stuffing them into your pouch, one of the other girls calls to take a look at the human, and as you do, you kind of search him over and realize that there is a ring on the finger similar to the one that you saw the mayor wearing. And as you remove the ring, you check the inside of the band, and sure enough, it's the ring of Caracas, the younger male. Unfortunately, he didn't make it.
The extra
We
money.
were too late looking for a baby dragon.
How much?
Mm-hmm. They were 25 each. So I'm going to put the treasure list in the chat here so you can just copy paste it for later. So,
It's Charlie.
not a dead child.
That Chelsea rolls 20.
Charlie, not Amelia. Amelia's very upset about it, okay? Calm down. She's not going to let it show, but she is.
Yeah. Do you guys want to search the ranger a little bit more closely?
Yeah. So JL goes over to. He reminds her of some of the orphans. So she's just gonna go. She's not really that good.
What do you say? Okay, that's fine.
But and then I guess
Okay. Does anybody want to go through his belongings?
I think that would be wise. I mean, we should at least take this stuff back to his mom.
That
Want the
too.
body back or just the rings?
I
I
think
think
he
she
could
would
take his whole
want the
body
ring.
back.
So, as you recall from your conversation with her, in the event that anything had happened to them, she said the rings would be sufficient, like just proof that they're no longer coming home.
I think we should try to.
Yeah, I was.
Right.
Maybe this okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can use to cover up his body with now so like nothing else gets to it?
I can
So
cast Entangle.
he also does have a pack on him that you can go through. As you go through, you do find 5 daggers, an extra longbow, a backpack that contains a water skin, 1 day's worth of rations, a bedroll, which you could theoretically open and use to cover him, a tinderbox, and 3 extra torches. He also has a quiver with 6 regular arrows, and he has a pouch that has a potion of healing and 17 additional gold pieces.
I guess I'll take the.
Jenna, one more time. I don't think you were push talking.
I'm good with weapons. You guys can take what you want.
Okay.
You want me to just add it to the group's inventory?
Yeah, if you want to. You don't have to take these if you don't think it's of value. A lot of the items and everything are just standard adventurer gear, which most of you already have.
Take
DM
the healing
recommendation,
potion.
I would take the healing potion and the gold.
I have the healing potion. Take it.
Jenna,
One of
you
you
need
guys
to.
has damage.
the, the gold's all going into one pile anyway, so.
The gold would take the arrow.
What was that?
You went the
Take it.
I'll take it, fine.
I'm sorry. I'm not Janaga. Amelia.
Amelia, yeah. If
if
any, no,
That
if
some of
any
you
both
are
of you
damaged.
need the potion at the moment.
no. And then we'll use
Okay.
Adam, how many gold?
There were 17 additional gold pieces in his pouch.
Down in our little book.
Oh, that's right, you're doing inventory for us.
I have like a little book and everything. It's so cute.
Oh.
All right. This feels like a good spot for our first break. So let's go ahead and just take like a quick 10-minute,
Pizza.
water, pizza break. We got some wings. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited. Wait, do you have the things ready? Do you need to get them from... You know what I'm talking about. They're sitting on the stove.
Oh yeah, Jenna, can you get the stack?
On the stove, they're in the bag.
The snacks? What?
We're gonna have a special. You can just give them, and then instead of Adam's face.
Yeah. So to celebrate our first stream, Jayaz was so polite to provide us with baguettes, because why not?
That's great.
So, enjoy. Cheers. I don't know how I'm supposed to keep this on camera because I just have a bookshelf behind me. But, as you do. We'll be back in 10. Thanks, everybody. One, two.
We'll be back. 1, 2.
Gotcha.
Don't know what you're talking about. We're super professional, always, forever.
Professional.
Just want to make sure everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm super professional with stuffing every wing in my mouth before we started.
Like a chicken season
Oh,
stuff.
Nice.
Today's stream is brought to you by, besides pizza and wings
Milkshakes.
and milkshakes. They do not
Tip.
Did
Did
we
you set 'em-
mention anything about the charity?
I was just gonna say,
Oh, okay.
pretty real quick thing about the charity. If you guys have noticed, down below, instead of just streaming, so we want to try for this great charity. Great bunch of guys. They do a lot of work, and their whole thing is pretty much streaming the games they love playing anyway and trying to collect money for charity. And the project right now is to live in Kenya. You won.
You did fine.
Yeah, it's close enough. But their goal is to get $10,000 so they can build this school there. So we decided, why not also try to raise money for them? So thank you to everybody who has donated so far.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, you're incredible.
Yeah, so if you look below our stream, you'll see there's one link to go directly to the site to make the donation, and there is a separate link that goes right to their page, so you can read up more about the charity, where you can follow them. They are obviously also Twitch.tv/marketing. There's a few of them that do it, so almost every night you can catch them streaming. But the website also has information on the charity, the school that they're raising money for right now. So yeah, please check them out. And without further ado, back to Adam.
All right. So,
Adam.
Before the break, we destroyed Guthash, who was oozy and gross and full of pus and really disgusting. And we also, we took a snack break because, why not? You also found, this is the problem going between book and not book, is I don't have where we actually were. Room 30, got it, cool. You also found, where's the dude's name? Caracas, who unfortunately did not make it, and you retrieved his ring to deliver back to his mother, which still leaves the question of where is the other sibling?
Where's his sister?
You've gone through the room, you've checked everything out, and as you're kind of looking around, you don't see anything else really of interest in this room. Meepo seems a little eager to leave. What would you guys like to do next?
Let's just check more rooms.
Well, we can only go out.
Correct. There's no other rooms in here, and from the path that you guys have taken, there's only really one area we've gone to, which was the area that Jayaz discovered when she went off by herself.
Oh, I want to go there.
Then, yeah, let's go there now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to magically teleport all of you at one time. Watch me do this. Ready, 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 ready. Boom. Hey, don't. Just wait. We might as well wait.
Okay.
Okay. So you're now in the room with the caltrops. You're walking very carefully. So, yeah, you can stealth. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, please. Just the ones that want to be stealth.
11.
Okay. 8. Okay. 11. Okay. And 11. Or with those rolls, more like sister stomping through the hallways. Stomping them beats. So as you kind of wander through, the caltrops on the floor, do you try to recover any of them as you go through?
What are they?
What?
So, I'm sorry. Caltrops, let's see if that fixes anything at all. So caltrops are small little, the way I usually describe them is like playing jacks, but they're basically take two staplers that are really thick, the staples, and just pull them apart from each other, and they're really pointy. So they hurt to step on. Yeah, they basically make it harder to move through a given space.
Okay.
Could be a good weapon.
They're usually good for if you were
Did you see his
being
face?
chased. If you're being chased, you could drop them behind you and be like, ah!
We might get chased. You never know.
And then we might have to go
I have
back
no
that
interest.
way, and then...
I have no interest in these things whatsoever.
Okay,
I just want to get around them.
gotcha.
Yeah,
So you're
let's just
carefully
go around them.
maneuvering. So you guys all rolled your stealth checks. So you're trying to be somewhat sneaky down the hallway, but it's a bit hard to do with all these things on the floor. You're kind of attempting to be stealthy-ish, but one of you accidentally steps on, or no, I'm sorry, Meepo accidentally steps on one of the caltrops and lets out kind of a squeal. He's adorable, but he's clumsy.
Meepo.
And at the end of the hallway, over the 3-foot wall, you suddenly see two goblins pop up their heads at the sudden intrusion. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Really glad I didn't come before.
It would have been fine.
We would have heard you with our earrings.
I got the turn tracker warning again.
I wonder if it's because I already have them assigned. Hold on, let me try clearing it.
Maybe,
And then go ahead.
not sure.
Go ahead and try again. I've cleared it out.
It's still telling me. Is it showing up for you?
No, I mean I see the dice rolls, which is good enough. I can go ahead and just manually populate them. That's not a problem.
Okay,
Amelia's
as
went
long as
through.
you can get those.
Took me long enough to figure out how to do it.
We're gonna stick with my 21.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what the hell?
Oh. Guess what, guys? We're back from break, which means someone needs to be noisy. He's gonna go woof woof woof. Okay.
Let's see. Wait, hold on, what? No.
All right, let's see. Giles rolled a 4. Good job. Amelia's came through. Jenna, you got a 13 on yours. Oh. And Amelia got a 6 on hers.
Giles got a 21.
All right.
Token problem with a 4.
That's fine. I went ahead and fixed it for you. Where was I? What am I doing?
18.
18. Got it. I need to get some like Final Fantasy combat music going. I need to get some energy up in this. Okay. Amelia, you are first. What would you like to do? Now, keep in mind, because there are caltrops in here kind of carefully, so any movement that you guys take will be probably reduced in some way.
I will shoot my short bow at that one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Woohoo.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
7 piercing.
7. Okay. So you knock back your arrow into your short bow and you kind of sidestep some of the caltrops and lean up against the wall to steady yourself. And you pull back and go and let the arrow fly. And as the goblin kind of peeks over and is pulling himself up to see what's going on, both of them come up at the same time. The one on the left-hand side, from their point of view, just takes an arrow to the head and just falls backward and tumbles onto the other side of the wall. The other goblin's kind of like, oh my god, what just happened? Giaz, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I was gonna say, wait, so then I'm gonna aim me.
Okay. So you draw your bow back and you let loose the arrow, but you're a little off the mark and it sails just over their shoulder, hitting the back stone wall and kind of clattering to the ground. Would you like to do it?
Next time I'll hit you.
Would you like to do anything else before your turn ends?
You know what? I'm going to then carefully step back.
Okay. E, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You've got
gonna-
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm actually gonna shoot this guy with my longbow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage, or roll your attack, sorry. All right, 16 does hit,
Yes.
or 10 piercing damage. You draw that bow back, and you kind of pull it real tight, almost as far as your arms will carry it, and you let it fly, and you kind of see the arrow fly through the air, and the goblin is pulling himself up now, going ready to get over the short hurdle, and as he does, he kind of pulls himself up, and the arrow just sinks into his chest, and he kind of falls backward a little bit, catching himself on his feet, stumbling a little bit, clutching it, trying to pull it from his body, and he rips it out instead of snapping it off, and it just starts to bleed profusely as he falls over to the ground and just kind of plummets, and he does not get back up.
Gross.
I didn't have to do anything.
Gross.
All right.
Shaking approval, like yes.
What else would you guys like to do? You are now clear to advance.
We get to loot their bodies.
Yeah, if you want to crawl through and see what the room's like.
Okay, I'll crawl through and see what the room's like.
Okay, go ahead and move yourselves up into this little top square here. And as you do, you kind of climb over, and there's a little bit of filth on the floor, stains on the walls, shabby hides, and a fire pit to the top left there. All of it attesting to years of use this room has seen at the hands of creatures who are very unconcerned with hygiene. On the eastern side of the southern wall is a crudely mortared half wall, which you just came over, and then to the left of that is a door that leads out of the room. If you're interested in going ahead and searching, go ahead and roll a quick perception check. Okay, 13,
Okay.
17, 25, 4. Okay. So all of you set to just kind of digging through the filth, very thankful that you have adventuring gloves on because this stuff smells rank.
Ew.
Adrian, as you are going through, you turn up some very putrid jerky. You find a water skin that, as you open it, is what you assume might be wine, except it smells like straight up vinegar. And some other worthless bits of clutter, including like some torn scraps of cloth, a couple animal bones, some teeth, but nothing of any real value.
Anyone want this jerky? Because I am definitely not gonna eat it.
Uh,
I mean, it might have its use.
You could stick it in
Yeah.
one of your baguettes and make a sandwich.
What? I ain't gonna eat ancient baguette. We know that.
Jazz, go ahead and roll a survival check. 20. Okay.
Hey.
So you take the jerky from E and you kind of look at it, and you don't even want to really pull it to your face. It is foul smelling. It looks like maybe it was sitting in refuse as well as just being out and aged. You hesitantly look like you're going to take a bite of it, and you gag a little bit, and you just throw it to the floor like, oh, I can't. It's gross.
I tried.
No, we could actually probably use that for the baby dragon.
Yeah,
Oh,
someone wants...
That's what I meant. We could take it for like.
Okay. Yeah,
Good
and I'm
save,
definitely
good
gonna
save.
keep the overaged wine.
I'll pick it up and
Okay.
pick it up.
Go ahead and add one piece of putrid jerky to your items.
Hey, let
And
me get my little black book.
yeah, Adrian, if you want to add the wine tiers, just go ahead and add one
Was it
skin
like
of...
red wine vinegar?
It's basically straight up vinegar,
Okay.
which Mandy just showed me she has some right next to her. Why do you...
why
Oh, for the
do you
bread.
have
Okay,
that?
for the bread. I'm looking at it like, why do you have that? You didn't read my notes. I was like, how did you... You didn't come near my little DM corner. How do you know my secrets?
I might not roll, but I know it.
All right. So
Door
that's
now.
pretty much all of the items that are worth finding in the room. What else would you like to do?
I go through
I'm
the
ready to
door.
go to the door.
There is a door next to Amelia, yes.
and go
Okay,
in.
so Jayaz, you want to see if you can check it out with Draconic?
You can take a look at it. I don't believe there's any on it. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and perceive. So you actually put your ear up to the door, completely not looking for traps at all, but kind of listening because you hear some dull, blunted noises. You kind of hear what sounds like something soft being hit with bludgeoning objects, like the sound of like something hitting a bale of hay, just thumping every so often, kind of rhythmically.
So I'm gonna turn. There's definitely something on the other, but I can't make out what it is going on. If they
Are they all singing hi ho? Then maybe I'll check it out then.
Okay. Do you just go in normal? Do you want to stealth or anything? Or
I would like to stealth.
okay, go ahead and roll stealth check.
Ooh,
Wah.
Oh no.
So you straight up come around the corner. You are
Trip over my
looking
feet.
through, and as you come around the room, like you hear this noise, and you think you're being super stealthy in broad daylight. As you kind of round your head around the corner, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ah.
All right. As you look around the corner, you see this throwing axe just kind of go right by your head, and you immediately pull back just a second, like a second later, and it probably would have just taken off your nose completely. And you pull back before it touches you, and it swings to the other side. But you see goblins at the end of the hallway that immediately turn to each other and start screaming in a language you don't understand. What would you like to do?
I would like to go back out of the room to warn the rest of them.
She
Okay.
doesn't have to. We have those earring things.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we have those.
But you have to touch it first.
The well, it's too late now.
So I guess she's coming back.
I'm already
Yeah.
back out.
Let's try stealthing again.
Sure.
Watch you get way better than me.
So
21.
Janaga's
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Janaga, do you say anything?
Okay.
when she was like shrugging. Yeah, I guess that could have been what I heard.
Okay. As you guys are
Wonderful.
discussing
That would have
this,
been nice to tell me.
as you guys are discussing this, you can hear the shouts of angry goblins getting closer.
Oh. We have to go that way.
I just walk through the door.
If you want, yeah. Did you roll stealth? Okay, 21.
21.
Okay, go ahead and come through.
Doo-ba-doo.
Let go. There we go. As you come through, this goblin makes an attack of opportunity using his short bow.
Oh.
He rolls a 23, and as you come through the door, he was pretty much waiting because he saw Janaga running from the other side. They knew that, something wasn't right. And as they're
Isn't he
checking it
right?
out, they're waiting with their short bow.
Such a red flag.
As soon as he sees anything come out the door, he's just taking a shot to see what he hits. The arrow lets loose and pins your shoulder. It pierces through the soft tissue, but doesn't limit your mobility. But it does deal 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm assuming we heard that since we're
Yep. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Oh man.
Mine says 6. If you can't see that, it keeps telling me turn tracker.
Oh, I can see it.
Okay, over there. I heard that.
7. 21 for Amelia. Grandeel has 12. And Janaga, go ahead and select yourself and then press your initiative one more time for me.
Oh, now you want to work.
There we go. Perfect. That makes it actually a lot easier. I didn't realize that automatically sets everything, so I don't have to put them in individually.
Yeah, apparently. So, yay.
Yeah. Amelia, it is your turn first. You're pretty severely wounded. What would you like to do?
Can I use one of my potion of healings?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll 2d4 and then add 2 to the result, and that'll add your health back.
Okay. 3.
Okay,
so 4
so,
plus 2, 6.
2. So go ahead. Yep, add 6 points of health back.
Cool.
All right, so that brings you back up to 10 hit points, it looks like.
can do.
All right. And in my campaigns, for anyone who's watching, usually drinking a potion is an action. I like to use the quick quaffing that Matt Mercer released in the Tal'Dorei campaign guide that he's doing. Basically, drinking potions is a bonus action because I think that healing yourself shouldn't necessarily be the only cool thing you get to do that turn. So, Amelia, what else would you like to do?
Short bow this sucker.
Short bow. Make your roll. Yeah. 19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
8.
8 points of damage. Let's see. So as you
I'm pissed
basically
too, by the way.
take this shot in the shoulder, you snap it off and leave the arrow in the wound so it doesn't bleed out. You pull one of your healing potions out and just chug it real fast. Throw the glass bottle on the ground, draw your short bow, and just right back at him. And it pins him through his lung. No, you know what? I'm going to make it better. It pulls back. And
Using
one
them
shot him.
DM powers.
A lung shot isn't going to kill him in one hit, but you nailed him like severe. You launch it back, pin him right through the throat through an artery, and he kind of clutches his neck and starts like is like falling to the ground, trying to pull this thing out of him. And before he can really even get it to fall all the way out, he just collapses on the floor. He is no more.
Yay!
I swear, every time I get hurt and then I come back, I do so much better.
You get stronger as you get weaker.
It's that revenge.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
shut up.
Oh no.
You still have movement if you'd like to use your movement as well. Otherwise, you can wait in the hallway. That's totally fine.
I'm gonna move up some.
But if you don't want to move, then it is Jan's turn.
I can move there, right?
Okay.
Alright, then I guess I gotta move into the room. Oh my god, shut up.
You got it. I believe in you.
Could I reach the one all the way to the left from where I am?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you could. You still have like 2 more squares of movement if you wanted to. You could reach that last one.
I think I'll just move over 1
Okay.
and use my. I'm gonna use my. Oh, what the hell? I'll use Ilaria's laughter again on this one.
The one right in front of you.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. So that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Not bad.
5. Okay. So as you hear Amelia kind of get hit and you come through, you know roughly the positioning of where the goblins were. So you round this corner, and as you do, a scimitar slices pretty evenly with where your head would have been. However, you dodge deftly out of the way and bring Ilaria's laughter up and crossing towards the goblin's midsection. He pulls back just short of landing a fatal blow, but he's clutching at his stomach as like it made a pretty deep gash above where his stomach is.
Good.
And I believe that's everything for your actions.
Yes.
The goblin that you just struck is going to make a retaliating blow with his scimitar again and try and catch you unawares. He rolled a natural 1. So as he clutches back and like tries to make a secondary attack at you, he goes to raise his scimitar and he's weakening as all of his blood's basically falling from his innards. The sword kind of drops out of his hand and clutters to the ground, and he's left unarmed. The one next to him is also going to try and attack you with his scimitar. And again, this one tries to just come at you from the side. He's kind of unwieldy with it, and instead of making a slash with the scimitar, which has the curved blade on the end of it, he tries to make kind of a stabbing motion, which isn't very conducive to landing a sufficient blow. You parry it out of the way with a large, and as the steel kind of clangs and crackles off of the stone wall work inside, the rest of the party inside can hear combat, the sound of combat starting to ring out. E, it is your turn.
Come at me, Goblin Bro.
Okay, well, I guess I just need to at least move into the room.
Mm-hmm. Which I can do that.
I can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
I miss having a chair. No, I'm good. If I get a chair, I'll be sitting too high up. Gracie wants to be a D&D player too. We've got Catwatch 2017 going on right now.
30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah. Yep, and each square is 5 feet.
Right here. Okay. This guy right here was my... Well, no, I don't want to do that. Am I able to focus my poison spray at a creature even though Janaga's right there?
If you use your poison spray, she would be in the line of sight. However, she would have the opportunity to make a dexterity saving throw, which would only half the amount of damage.
I don't want to do that. I'm
He
gonna try
hasn't
with my
really hit
longbow.
me yet.
That doesn't
We're great
necessarily
together.
mean you want to invite someone to hit you, though.
Try me.
This stuff's pretty noxious. I think I'll just try my longbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the guy right in front of Janaga.
Okay.
Oh no! My thing. Adam, whenever you change it, I have to go
sorry.
back.
That was my fault. I was looking for your spells. I forget that changes it for everybody for some reason. They're not individual. My bad.
Okay, I got it. Let me get back down there. You did not see the man behind the curtain. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh no.
Jenna, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Me?
Yeah, you. Ooh, you lucky girl.
Oh my
Damn right.
gosh.
So, E, as you kind of come into the room and saunter past Jaz and kind of line up a shot, you get ready and you draw your bow back and you fly. And as you're about to let the arrow go, you look down and see this goblin that's just clutching its neck with its eyes kind of beating out, staring at you. And it freaks you out just a little bit and you lose your concentration as you let the arrow fly. Janaga, as you hear the twang of the rope behind you on the bow, you kind of like duck instinctively and feel that something's just coming at you. And while the arrow sails wide of any of the goblins, it basically passes right through where your body was 10 seconds ago and just manages to soar completely between the two goblins and pin itself firmly in the wall.
I throw my hands up. I have my hands up and
Samuel Jackson look on my face.
I just have my hands up and I'm like, mouth to her, I am so sorry.
I'm surprised we made it this far.
Oh, we're doing fine.
At this point, Meepo hears the noises and kind of just pokes his head in, and he's like hiding in the corner behind Jaz, who I guess is becoming his new best friend. Jaz, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
After that fine display, I'm going to instead just around the fleeing Lego guy.
Okay. It's decidedly a dude. Yeah. Go for it. The first one swings wide. The second one does connect. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. 5 points of damage. So you, again, pull out your short swords as you shoulder Legolas on your back, and you pull your short swords out in kind of an X formation. The first one sails a bit off as you're kind of pulling it out, and it's a little clumsy. The second one behind it, almost guided by the first, manages to kind of do a slight uppercut motion, which it lightly grazes the chest. However, it's leaning forward, and you manage to catch the bottom of its chin pretty severely and just slice through. It doesn't manage to like break bone or anything, but you can see this deep gash across the face that's kind of coming up this way now. He reels a bit in pain, but is still standing. Jan, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
You know what? I'm gonna keep using Ilaria's laughter on the
Okay.
one in front of me.
Go ahead.
Was it? I don't. Hold on. Was it? Are we confused again?
think so. I don't know.
By what?
Did,
The turn
she
order.
said it was her turn now?
No, I have you as 19 for your initiative, right?
Yeah, but Amelia has 21.
Wait, did I automatic? Oh,
Yeah, she has a 21.
I advanced it after Jazz. That's my bad. Amelia, I'm sorry. It is your turn.
I was gonna say, wait,
I
she
almost
hasn't gone yet.
died.
I'm
took
the
out
worst.
I one-shotted one.
You're too good. I'm just trying to give other people a chance. Go
What do
ahead.
you mean, little people?
Shortbow. Can I shortbow this one from where I'm at? Because of that
Yeah, you
little
can.
wall corner. Okay.
20 connects. Go ahead and roll damage. 7 points. Okay. So as you draw your short bow, Jan is leaning back as she sees you approach and kind of pulling your short bow out, working in concert together. You let the arrow fly loose, and it catches this one through the side of its shoulder and comes and pierces almost directly through the rib cage from the side, and it collapses and kind of stumbles and falls over. This one is now dead. As soon as I can mark it. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Amelia 2.
Hmm?
Amelia 2.
I'm sorry, one more time. You're not coming through.
Goblins, nothing, Amelia too.
Oh, got it. Thanks.
I also
Yeah, me too. That's all I
I
heard.
got
You
you,
what?
Amelia.
Thanks.
I got those
You're
wonderful
welcome.
tiefling ears. I hear everything.
Hold on. We're just gonna take a quick combat break. I'm gonna unplug this. Behind the scenes footage, yo.
a little further down.
Is there a cat?
Aww.
Oh
Bless you, child.
Tracy!
Yeah. Speaking of cats.
You know what makes every Dungeons and Dragons stream better? Cats.
And there's a very sad puppy behind me.
Oh, now she's all rubbing up on me. Stop it. I got work to
Now
do.
I almost
Okay.
wish I had a face cam so that I could show Nimbus.
All right. Back to seriousness. Now it is
Now it's my turn.
Jan's turn. There is
Okay, I
one
will
goblin
use-
left standing.
I will use Ilaria's laughter to finish that final blow.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You go to make your attack with the sword, and he actually does take damage because he's disarmed. He's basically on the outs right now. So go ahead and roll damage. 7 slashing, I think that'll do it. As he drops the scimitar from his hand, and he's already like clutching his stomach with like the gashing open wound, you just take Ilaria's laughter, and instead of swinging it, you just straight through pierce it through his heart.
That's what I wanted to happen.
And then you draw it back slowly, just kind of
Oh, the
letting it drag.
satisfaction.
And it's almost less of you pulling the sword back as much as the goblin kind of fell off the tip of it as soon as you had fully withdrawn the blade.
The demon part of me is taking over.
Clearly. So, now that you guys have cleared the room, where are we? We are on 33. Okay. Dozens of blunted and broken arrows lie on the cracked cobblestone floor, and a few protrude from 3 of the crudely sewn, human-sized targets that are hung from the south wall. The northern third of the room is separated from the south by a crudely mortared and crenellated half-wall. A permanent camp of sorts lies north of the wall, complete with a fire ring and several small iron cookpots. So where the goblins had originally been camping up here and using basically this as a target range, as soon as they saw Janaga come around the corner, they immediately went into battle mode, had everything they needed still pretty much set up, untouched.
Still got my satisfaction of a stab at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping it was
so-
the one that threw the axe at me.
Now you do notice a couple things in this room just by standing in through it. So you look north to where the top of the shooting range was. There's two doors, one against the northern side wall and one against the western. However, Amelia, pretty much right in front of you is another stone door that has some bar slats pretty high up. None of you can see it just at face height, but you might be able to see it if you crawled up a little bit.
You said there were bodies in the room?
In this room, just the bodies of the goblins that you killed. Yeah, you can.
I'll search the one that's
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
At this door.
Which door?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one right there.
Oh, that one. I think you meant the ones up there.
Yeah, so Jayaz, you're rifling through the body of the two goblins that are right in front of you. You pull a silver flask that appears to be pretty well crafted. If you had to guess, you'd say it's probably of dwarven make. You open it, and it's just more vile goblin, basically vinegar wine. Okay. Amelia, you're checking out the door, right?
What would that be?
So go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
So you try the handle, and it is locked, so you can't get in. Do you want to try and see through the slats up top?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me. Okay. So you kind of wedge yourself between the door frames a little bit. There's stonework on either side that's kind of standing on the outcropping. And you wedge your feet and kind of spider climb up a little bit and manage to peer through. And as you peer in, you can see more filth and disgusting, really bad hygiene. These guys just clearly don't care about being clean at all. It's a low ceiling room with an iron spike driven down into the floor, which is very near the door. And a small iron cage is set further back. Several sets of corroded manacles are connected to the walls, and some are still holding a few crumbling skeletons. You do see that there are a few more creatures in this room, but you can't really tell what they are. The dim light is kind of making it hard to tell, plus the way that you're angled, you can't really get a good view of what's inside.
22. Okay, but there are definitely creatures in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll relay this to the others.
Okay.
That's a step.
Does anybody else want to do a check on the bodies or anything before?
Oh, there's this one more, but I don't think that I should be able to claim any loot off of these guys. So
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, is that E saying that to the party, like she doesn't want to touch it because she almost nailed Jen in the back of the head?
yes.
I forgive you. I got my final blow. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, you guys know I don't
forgive and
usually
forget,
screw up.
unlike two other people in this room.
Can I
just look at Amelia and be like, they could get along.
Are we going to do this again?
Oh. Naga, I don't think that this is ever going to
I'm
end
checking
between
this man's
them.
body, okay?
Ever.
Hey, E, how
Okay.
about we just check the rest of this area?
Okay.
But what
As-
With our arms intertwined.
So as Jayaz and Amelia start to bicker again, the two remaining girls kind of look through the other body that's slumped against the wall. They can see against its hip, tied with a piece of string against its loincloth, is a silver key. You kind of bend down and pull at it and tug, and it breaks free of the rope, no problem, leaving the loincloth intact, just in case you were curious.
Thank you.
And you now have a silver key, which, coincidentally, there's also a locked door in this room. I wonder if they're related.
Woohoo! See what happens when you don't argue?
this wall?
Yeah, it's the wall. Yeah, the wall's about 3 feet in height. You can just crawl over it. Since we're not in combat, it's pretty easy. You would just move over it. No athletics check or anything fancy.
I like check around here.
Okay. In that nearby vicinity, permanent camp of sorts. Just kind of, it's a little fire ring. There's some cooking utensils and stuff there. There's no actual food. It looks like, at least none that's edible. There's tons of just slop and gross on the floor from where previous meals had maybe been cooked or eaten or dropped, but nothing that seems to be of any interest.
Is there like a bone anywhere so I could take it for the little dragon to chew on?
Looking. So the fire pit is not currently active. Go ahead and roll investigation check in there and see if you can find any like previous creatures or anything. Okay, so as you look through, you're sifting through the ash with just kind of nearby stick poking around, seeing if there's anything of interest. Really, there's only coals and some ash and embers at the bottom of the pit, but nothing really of previous meals or anything to eat. No bones.
Check this door?
Which one? The one, this one, right in front of you? Was that this one right here? Maybe.
Said yes.
Oh, she said
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Um,
Got it. Okay.
Once again, I got you.
All right. So
Rose got
38. Let me move you in here.
I'm here for you.
So there's no traps or anything on this door. So as you enter this room, the north and south walls of the chamber are stacked halfway to the ceiling with ill-made barrels, boxes, and crates. A clear path allows easy access between the west and east doors. So along the sides appear to be a bunch of food goods, none of which really seem to be any edible or good quality. You would assume it's a pantry, but it definitely doesn't seem like anything of edible state. Yeah, that's the door to the left of where she is right now. The locked
The one
door
right in front
is
of
the
us in the
one,
room.
yeah, on the bottom, this side. Amelia went through this door up top. Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
As if it even
It is a door, and it's made of wood, and it has a handle.
I'm not even confident. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna go through it.
All right. So you pop through. You legitimately just see a hallway. There's nothing special about it. There's a door directly in front of you, and there's a door to your left.
So, again,
Okay. And do you do that over your headset for Amelia since she's not in the room? Your earring of sending. Okay. For anyone curious who's watching, in our very first adventure, which was not streamed, the girls discovered 6 earrings of sending, which allow them to send messages to each other mentally as long as they are wearing the earring, pressing down on the topaz center that allows the spell to communicate. So Amelia, you hear in your mind, Jazz, who's basically communicating to the rest of the party in person, that there doesn't seem to be anything of interest in the doorway, and that it might be a good idea to check out the locked room before we move on.
do it. Okay. I'll go back down to where everyone is.
Okay. Who is opening the door with the key?
Yeah, who had it?
either me or Janaga. E or Janaga. I guess
Okay.
E can do it. E doesn't usually do that, so I guess E can do it this time.
So E goes up and checks the door, and you insert the key into the lock and give it a quick twist, and sure enough, The tumblers give way, the door is unlocked, and you kind of pull the handle a little bit, and the door swings out toward you. As you peer in, you see basically what Amelia had run into earlier. The room is filthy. There are 3 creatures that are shackled to the wall to your left. Let me move you in here so you can see it. So there's 3 kobolds shackled up against the wall, and in the back of the room, there's a small cage with what appears to be a tiny humanoid, kind of holding on to the bars a little bit. And he looks like a man.
Oh.
Oh, he's kind of adorable.
Humanoid. Okay, so.
Can I stealth in there?
Go ahead and roll your stealth check. Okay, that's fine. I just assume everyone's coming into the room, so feel free. Room party. All right. So there's a lot going on in here, just FYI. It might take me a second between what you would like to do while I look things up. But you are in this room. There's 3 kobolds chained to a wall. There's a small, tiny man in a cage in the back. What do you want to do?
Meepa, do you know any of these guys?
Meepo looks around at the kobolds, and the kobolds are kind of freaking out because they think that the goblins are going to come back in at any second. They're shying away from the party members. Meepo speaks in Draconic and kind of tries to calm everybody down. While most of you don't understand what's being said, Jayaz, you can understand he's basically telling them, no, these are friends. They're helping me find our white dragon. They're safe. They're not going to hurt us. And he starts tugging at some of the chains on the wall.
I know, I thought the same thing. It's a white dragon?
You guys didn't know that.
We didn't. That's what we
We just knew it was a baby dragon.
I want this dragon, guy.
I know.
Well, remember, the only person who knows it's a white dragon right now is Jayaz.
Oh, I'm gonna hold that information to myself.
Well, then while you do that, can I go ask the humanoid who he is and why he's there?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Can I try to get the locks unlocked with my thieves' tools?
Yeah, go ahead and start working on. Are you working on the shackles or on?
Shackles on the
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and use the thieves check for each one.
I'm waiting to use mine on the humanoid just in case he says something that I shouldn't take lightly.
Okay.
Roll it 3 times for all the not dragons, kobolds.
Yes.
And while she's doing that, I'm just gonna sing
25.
some
Ooh, a nat 20!
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
So the first one you come at and you get your picks out and you're kind of, taking care with the first one. The manacles are old and they're kind of rusted, but that makes the tumblers a little bit more sticky. You managed to get the first one unlocked with much trouble. The second one gives you a bit of challenge and you kind of pass over it for a moment going to the third one. The third one goes much easier and just clicks within a matter of seconds. Going back to the second one, you kind of poke through, dig a little bit, and eventually get it to unlock completely, but it does kind of bend the end of your thieves' tools a bit.
Damn.
As soon as the kobolds are free, they immediately just check out. They clearly don't care about Meepo's warnings at all. They're just like, I'm out, yo. And they go flying out of the room.
I really wish that you
You're
read
welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the draconic equipment.
They just hiss at you in return and just leave. They're heading back to the kobold camp.
Okay. Before we let this guy go, we need to ask him some questions. See
Yeah.
if he
Yeah,
knows.
so I
if
wanted to
he's-
say, like, who are you? Why are you here?
Okay. So he looks kind of tired, a little bit malnourished. He appears, he is a gnome. He kind of looks at you guys. He's curious. He's not quite sure if what he's seeing is real at this moment. As soon as you ask him a little bit about himself, he's like, "Oh, my name is Erky Timbers. I'm
Has the
I
most
know.
adorable name.
I was looking for a fortune and took, the old to come to the Sunless Citadel. Every adventurer comes here has heard the tale of this magical fruit that blossoms during the summer. Me and my party thought that we would come in and steal it. However, is that we were caught unawares, and I don't know where anyone else is.
How many more are in your party?
There was only a few. It feels like I've been trapped in here for months. The only reason that I can still breathe is because of my deity's blessing. I feel that I would be gone. They haven't fed me in weeks.
Give him a baguette.
No way!
Okay. He takes it and just scarfs it down and is
Yeah.
thanking you immensely between bites. Do you think you could get me out of here?
Do we trust him, guys?
No, I do not yet.
Tell if he's lying or
A
something.
check or something?
Yeah, it's an insight check.
I will do an insight.
Okay. I mean, you kind of are looking at him. He's clearly panicked and freaking out a little bit, but you feel that he's sincere.
Then I will use my thieves' tools to bust him out.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Roll.
Oh, your
What?
thieves' tools.
Yeah, it's
It's been
under
too
your
long.
skills.
Got it.
Yeah, okay.
19, yeah. You take your thieves' tools. You kind of roll burlap carrying case and rolls out, and it displays forth, several small lockpicks and everything.
It's a
And
nice burlap, okay?
pick one,
Wow.
you kind of like check it out, and you tweeze and pull between the two, and click, 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 boom, they're done. The cage swings open, and even though this man is pretty small as a gnome, he was clearly still tightly confined. He pretty much crawls his way out and just is kind of stretching and standing, and it feels good to actually be able to have full range of motion again.
That's gracious. Poor guy.
He's looking around. He's extremely thankful. He's like, "Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I thought I was a goner for sure. I don't know where my other two party mates were. Have you seen them?"
I mean, we've seen dead bodies.
They were, much taller than me. Humans, one man, one woman.
Children.
He looks at you very curious. I wasn't looking that closely, but I assume so, yes. I'm sure they had jewelry. They seemed like they were pretty well off.
Are their names?
Oh, he totally knows who they are. I am blanking on their names right now. I'm bad. Yeah.
Hansel?
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 Arwen and Talgan.
Yeah, them. Sharwin and Talgan. And Carowin is the matron who's the person that you're working for.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, the ring that you guys found is not children's. That was Caracas.
Yes.
You spell that?
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think it has to.
So Caracas was part of the adventuring party, not one of the chillins.
No.
Drain. God.
So,
I don't know.
Thanks for a moment. He's like, well, there was Talgan and Sir Bradford, but I don't recognize. Would you say his name was? No, not familiar with that one, unfortunately.
So maybe your party's still alive.
I mean, the goblins did keep them in here shortly. But they took
150
them.
gold if they're still alive.
Oh, I mean,
Extra money if they're alive.
yeah, it
Yes,
was
we
extra
get more
money.
if they're alive.
Yeah.
Always think about the money.
Yeah, it's 250 if they're alive.
I mean, as far as I know, Talgan, Sharwin, and Sir Bradford were taken roughly a week after they locked me up. They wanted by Balak, but I don't know why.
I Balak.
Yeah, Balak. He lives downstairs. He's the one that actually tends to the Golthus tree. Do you not know who he is?
No.
We're new around here.
He kind of looks at you quizzically, like, "Well, if you're not here for this, then what are you here for?" He kind of takes a breath, and you can see him kind of think in contemplation for a moment. He's trying to figure out, we'll start from the beginning, I guess. The goblins talk about the Twilight Grove, which is down below beneath the Sunless Citadel. It's even deeper than the floor we're currently on. A wicked old human who's named Balak, spellcaster, I would assume, tends to an enchanted garden and harvests the fruit from something that the goblins call the Golthus tree. They only speak of it in the most terrified of whispers, though. The fruit that everyone seems to be after, if I had to guess, seems to grow from this tree.
As he's explaining.
I'm in front of you.
Yeah, I'll just turn behind.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so I want to ask. I was going to ask him if there was any other useful information that he could give us before we head down. Is there like anything else?
Well, I imagine you're familiar with the fruit, right? Like, do you know about that already, or?
I know about the fruit.
We've heard of it.
Okay. I guess the only other thing that he thinks he's pondering. Do you know about the twig blights?
Oh.
What?
Twig blights. He pulls out. He rummages through the corner here, which seems to have a pile of items just kind of all shoved in a corner. The goblins are kind of keeping inventory of all the stuff. He picks up a few things, some of his weaponry, and a book, and he starts going through this journal, kind of flipping through pages, and he is looking specifically for a sketch of a twig blight that an adventurer had taken that he had done.
Why do I love them?
Yeah, twig blights. They're shards of the Golthus tree. What happens is sometimes when the fruit is removed, the seeds are pollinated and go with it, and sometimes people will try and plant their own trees, and these creatures just sprout from the base of the tree or wherever they're planted. They're nasty little buggers.
This is what bow trickles turn into, you guys.
If I can have that journal.
He kind of clutches onto it. It's his adventures, his journeys, and his memoirs. He's not ready to part with it, unfortunately.
All right.
Well, it'll be fun.
Erky kind of looks between you and then looks at Janaga and is like, okay.
Don't listen to my friend. She's just an idiot.
Well, I mean, are you going after the fruit of the tree? Are you going to take down Balak?
I mean, we're trying to find.
Yes, especially if he has the rest of the children.
The children went to. So I think.
Have you seen a dragon? A baby dragon?
No. As soon as I've been captured, they threw me in this cage. Where would they hide a dragon down here? They're huge.
It's a baby.
How? Oh, why? Okay. He's clearly confused. Like trying to think of the scale of a small dragon, even to a creature as tiny as. He's still thinking it's pretty
Meepo, tell
large.
him about the dragon.
Is Journal
Yes.
away?
He's still clutching onto it. Like he's
Steal it.
gathering his things. Um, I mean, if you want to try and steal it out of his hands right now, you're more than.
How would I do that?
Used to be sleight of hand. Yeah, sleight of hand. Go ahead and roll one of those.
Is there a way to check this?
20.
That's Pens.
Not
Go ahead and
natural
roll.
20, but
Go ahead and roll a
Oh my
dexterity saving throw, Mandy.
Why is this happening?
So you notice too late. Amelia just lunges for the book in the most non-subtle of ways, and Erky kind of grabs it and backs up, and he's looking at you like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?"
And you,
Can I
yeah,
just
you
take
think
it?
to yourself.
like he's a gnome. I just want the book.
Do you want to fight him for it?
Gosh, please don't.
Do you pull your blades on him?
I just will do
You're
strength.
gonna fight the little guy that's trying to help us.
I mean, you can totally do
He's
that.
not
We
trying
can
to
start.
help us.
Well, he was about to offer his help, but you know.
I'm gonna turn to me, jokes aside, look her straight in the face and say, if you fight him, we will be
I can
have
get
to
out
go
of
find the dragon,
but we need that
the children,
information.
get the book somewhere.
Knows
This guy-
information.
Shots fired.
Guy will tell us anything we need to know. He's not gonna try and put one over on us. We don't
Fine,
need to
but if he
steal his
dies-
journal.
If he dies, I get it.
Fine. If he dies, not by your hand, but if he dies, you can take the
I
journal.
won't kill an innocent person.
Erky's just kind of looking at you like, "What is wrong with you?
A lot.
I just want to help."
Chaos is just
Okay.
to make sure that she
I walk out
Okay.
now.
Erky finishes picking everything up, and he kind of attaches a few things. He recovers his holy symbol, which he put. He has his club that he picks up, which is blessed. It has the symbol of Pelor on the side. He also, picks up some armor, which he dons. Just some leather armor. Apparently, his plate has gone missing and is no longer there. What else would you like to do?
I'm ready to move on. To the...
So I'll look at them and say, what's that way I found?
Okay.
Well, there was another door in the hallway I went to, too.
We can send one of our girls to just go check that out.
I'll do it. Okay. Adam, I'm going in the door I was in before.
Okay. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So into there, right?
Mm-hmm. I want to check the
Okay.
door. Oh.
All right.
Would
Let's
that be
check the
perception?
door. See where we're at here.
Dramatic or
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, I'm still trying to maneuver lots of different
Okay,
windows
so
here.
character time. Character development time. Amelia turns to
Character
Yes.
development time.
her. And I'm like, why are you following me?
cinematic. So I'll say, you got a little place. Make sure you don't. And I'll
Okay. Go ahead and
Meanwhile-
approach the door and roll a perception check, please.
Well,
I
can
just wanna
punch
say
her
to-
first? I want to punch her first.
Go ahead and roll attack.
I just love that me and E are the only ones left in the room. Like, yep.
I just say to Janaga in the meantime, it must be something to do with human blood.
It's gotta
don't-
be. There's so much
Just don't
anger.
understand.
Adam, what will I roll?
An attack, unarmed. So just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Okay.
It's just your armor class.
Plus
17. That hits.
plus. Do we have any strength?
I'll pull up your sheet here.
I don't want to tell that. Oh.
It's on the left. You have a 14, so you have a +2. So it's a 19. Mandy, I believe that hit exceeds your armor class, yeah? Go ahead and roll 1d4 of damage, Amelia.
4.
Such an evil laugh.
4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage. So you wind up and you just straight up put all of your force into clocking Jayaz in the face.
And then I'm just like,
Just immediately
shut up.
bunny punch, just right in the nose, just boom. And Jayaz, your head snaps back as she hits you with as much force as she can muster.
The fuck up.
Kind of like,
Shut up.
I'm not gonna say anything else, but I'm gonna give her a look that says this is.
I'm already back to the door, so I'm not looking at you anymore. Perception. 8.
Okay. You look at it and you kind of give it a quick once up and down, nothing of interest.
Can I check and see if it's locked? Can I open it?
Yeah, you test the handle and it just is ready to pull right open.
Well, then I'll go through it.
Okay.
And I'm just back here like, see, this is how well we work together.
So are you guys in 38 as well? Are you watching all this go down?
We just got
No.
our heads poking out the door.
Okay, so you guys are hanging out in here.
Like an
Urki's decided to come
anime
with
where you
you.
just see the scuffle.
Meepo's also chilling. Meepo's very confused by all this. Urki just kind of watches all this happen. And Jayaz, before you go through the next room, he throws a Cure Wounds at you.
Oh, that's really
And
nice.
you recover 8 hit points. And he just kind of touches you on the shoulder, and you feel this warmth radiate throughout your body, and you can feel some bones kind of reset back in place in your nose. And you kind of give a little twitch, and kind of like, yeah, it works. And he kind of just leans over and whispers and goes, I don't know why she's adventuring with you. More importantly, why have none of you stopped her? And he just backs away.
Well, I'm angry now, so I'm just gonna
You
charge
have
down this hallway
no
to the store.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say.
How long this has been going on?
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
If it happens one more time, I will turn to E and make her come up with a sleeping spell to put you both in timeout.
Okay. So as you
Can
enter
I check
this
this
room,
door?
yeah, one sec. So as you enter, several torches are mounted in crude sconces that burn fitfully around the chamber, filling the air with a slight haze that's just kind of hanging around the ceiling. A double row of marble columns are carved with entwining dragons that kind of run the length of the hall. Each column is very ornately depicting 2 dragons kind of dancing, going up and down the marble. There is a door immediately to your right as soon as you come in, as well as one at the far left and 2 on the far right of the room. And you wanted to check the first one that's right next to the door, right? Or right next to where you came in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Wait, again.
Okay. You take a look at the door. It's made of wood. There doesn't seem to be any mechanisms or anything that you can see.
Can I stealth inside?
You try the door handle, and it actually is.
Okay.
With that said, you still have some functional thieves tools that you could try and
24.
24? Okay. So you kind of get down, and the lock is fairly ornate, but it's definitely not your run-of-the-mill, standard door lock on a tavern door. After a couple minutes of picking around and feeling out the tumblers, you can feel a slight click, and you test the handle once, twice, 3 times, and it gives way. So you put your tools away, and then go ahead and roll your stealth check for me, please. All right, 24. So as you enter the room, which again, Jay, I was going to move you in here just for sake of being able to see. Mounted and stuffed animal heads are adorning the wall. The mounting job is sloppy, and the assortment of heads include cattle, rats, and other not particularly impressive specimens. A few grisly trophies share the wall with animals, including a couple kobold heads. Smashed and broken cabinets and small tables litter the periphery of the room, so just kind of hanging around the outside. And they're kind of showing this destructive force that must have come through the room at one point, just destroying and obliterating everything. A rusted iron spike stands in the center of the room with a broken chain that kind of trails in a circular pattern. Thick patches of frost coat sections of the walls, the floor, and the debris.
I'm in the room.
Mm-hmm. You're coming in as well?
Yeah, we'll go.
All right, everyone roll initiative. As you enter the room and are not as quiet as Amelia was, this dragon rears its head up from the corner of the room where some of the boxes were smashed.
You're not a baby dragon. You lied, Meatball.
Where are you?
Oh, we lost Charlie.
Oh
Hold on. Her internet's
no.
blinking.
Internet
She's
went
coming
out.
back.
Yeah, she'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. Erky is hanging out here. Let's roll initiative for him.
And I'll turn to
Oh, thanks for the heads up
Oh,
there.
are
Chaos.
you kidding me?
Natty 1. It's okay, guys. It's only a dragon. You'll be fine, I'm sure.
Well, I'm staying in the back of the room.
But he's so kind and nice. I don't know
Oh.
why
Aw.
you would think he's gonna be a problem,
Look,
right?
I know I have my hellish resistance, but it's still a fucking dragon.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we're not. Oh, I didn't mean to go into that room. I meant just the hallway.
Oh no, you're still in the hallway. Oh wait, no. Oh, my bad. Well, we're fighting.
Okay.
That's okay.
Room with the
There's
dragon,
no
then,
undo.
please. I was like, "Where's
Want
the
us to move in
dragon?"
He's in the next room. I'll move you in here so you can see. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I misunderstood.
No, it's okay.
The more
I was
you
gonna say,
learn.
like, ooh, it's an awesome dragon battle, like down a long hallway.
And that's what I thought too. I was like, "We can hide behind these pillars and stuff. This is cool."
Right?
And we have nowhere to hide. This is wonderful.
Exactly.
Circle stones for. What is this about?
Oops.
Oh, it's a chain. I'm sorry,
Yep.
I forgot.
Yeah, that's the chain.
Stone cat.
Just cause,
Oh yes, we have the jerky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how big is this dragon? How big is this dragon?
Let's see. How big is Calstrix? That would require me to know where we're at.
Am I good?
So wait. Yep. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
No, that's okay. It gave me
Okay.
time to kind of set up a little bit here. Big is a white dragon wormling. Let's see.
We found the dragon?
You did.
We're not very excited about this dragon.
He's a medium-sized creature, so he's about the size of a full-grown human, lengthwise. Probably about like 5 or 6 feet nose to tail.
Okay, so he's not. Well, I mean, he's still big.
Yeah, this one is still very young. It's not even like a young dragon. It's straight up wormling. Like it's a baby.
Baby. I want a baby dragon. I mean, we.
And how big this thing was going to be.
Yeah.
He just wrangled the thing.
Yeah, well, I was gonna just ask him, like, can you?
Yeah, can't you talk to him?
Yeah, go try to get your dragon back. His chain is right there.
Meepo has a turn in initiative.
Oh, we
Oh,
have to roll
Charlie, did you
initiative?
do yours?
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Hold on.
Oh,
Let me get my character and sheet back up.
That's alright,
Hold
take your time.
on.
he. Oh.
Oh, my headsets are almost dead. That's a problem. Let's see how much battery I have. I should have enough to finish this fight, and I think that might actually be where we end for the night.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah.
Batriz. All right. We have everyone. Perfect. Let's go ahead and sort this out real quick. Amelia, you get first move in here. So you see Calcerix is kind of hanging out. I'm going to bring up the pop-up one more time because I don't know if you got to see it before you disconnected.
No, they happened like right before.
Yeah, let me show you the handout one more time. So this is what you see. You kind of observe the debris in the room and walk over, and as you enter the room, you hear this, baby dragon shrieking noise, kind of like a very quiet, high-pitched squeal as it looks up over the table at you.
Stop. I'm not hurting
And what would you like?
this.
What would you like to do?
Get, crouch down real low and throw
Okay.
a piece of jerky at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
He's not an animal.
Sure he is. He's a dragon. 19? Not bad. Okay. So you throw the rancid meat at it, and it lands on the ground, and it kind of looks at it and sniffs it for a split second before turning its attention back on Meepo. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nah.
Okay. It is Erky's turn. He is going to come into the room, and he looks around. And he's kind of like, "Oh, what's?" He sees the dragon and kind of freaks out, like, "Ah!" He is going to not roll initiative because I've already done that. I clicked that by accident. He is going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Wow, so helpful.
So Sanctuary will make any enemy that tries to attack him, they must take a Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, they can't attack him or they have to change to a new target.
Okay. That's
And that's going to be his action for this turn. E, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
how far is this dragon from me? Let's see. 15 feet from me.
Yeah, about 15 feet.
I'm doing this. I'm just gonna move up one. Want to cast Entangle.
Okay. Go ahead and click it from your spell sheet for me. Player's Handbook.
I do it.
There we go. Okay. Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground 20 square foot. So go ahead and ping the square where you'd like to drop the entangle roots. So right on him. So we'll say that these 5 squares are now where the entangling roots are. So he needs to make a strength saving throw or restrained by the plants until the spell ends. So we're going to make a check against your spell save DC, which I think is 14. Make a strength saving throw, which he does break out of, so he is not restrained this turn.
Right on him.
It is now Calceric's turn. He's going to beat his wings and kind of take flight a little bit in such the small. He's just going to straight up go to attack Meepo. So he breaks free, comes out here, and he is going to make a bite attack at Meepo, dealing 7 points of damage. Meepo, for a split second, is overjoyed that he found his dragon. He's so excited, and he's holding the leash. And as Meepo leaps from its position behind the table, he sees it coming, and he's like, oh, "My baby!" And then it just goes and just chomps into his midsection. And he just for a split second just looks completely shocked as it rips away, and he kind of grasps at the wound and falls over, and he's very shortly unconscious.
Oh, damn. Did I miss why this dragon's mean?
Oh, we don't know
dead
why.
dragon soon.
We're going dead. We're not killing the dragon.
I would rather have Meepo than the dragon at this point.
I would rather have the dragon than some cobalt.
It's probably worth noting. Go ahead and make all of you. Go ahead and make a check. Do I want to use for this? Let's pick something fun.
Oh, jeez.
Make a nature check. That seems appropriate. Yeah.
21.
Okay, so for those of you that rolled above a 10, you kind of instinctually know that dragons are not meant to be kept as pets, especially from kobolds who are not smart enough to really deal with it. There's probably a very good reason why Calcerix was not thrilled that the person who essentially threw him in a cage came back to try and retrieve him.
Oh.
I think Meepo's perception of that relationship was very different than what Calcerix was.
Oh.
That is
this dragon.
the end of his turn. Jayaz, it is your turn. You're up. Still.
So, would it be a bad idea to try roll?
So instead of rolling it as an attack, you want to do it and try and make it seem like you're its mom?
Yeah.
Fire and animal handling?
I mean, you can.
I just really want to use some fire.
There's only one way to find out. You're welcome to give it a shot.
We need it for something later.
So first things first, you're going to consume the potion, but you're not going to breathe in its general direction. You're just going to breathe straight up to just impress it. So you drink the potion, you chug it. Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll with disadvantage. You're trying to convince a feral dragon that you're its mom. Humanoid? So with the disadvantage, that's a 10. The dragon looks at you and suddenly thinks that you're the next threat, and he bares his fangs at you.
Do I still have the potion though? Could I just spit it out at him? Or is it already used?
I mean, you used it in one straight up shot. Let me see how this works.
Oh shit.
Oh.
There is.
Good.
Boop, 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 boop. Man, there's so many fire spells, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can still use it. I'll let you use it one more time.
Okay. I don't know how do I use it.
So you are going to roll. Well, you don't have to roll anything. You just tell me that's what you're doing. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
Once I realize it's not working.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 3d6 worth of damage. Okay. So of the 10 points of damage, he made a great save on his dexterity. He kind of beats his wings and flips in a spiral up into the air and moves back a square as he avoids the majority of the flames, but he does take 5 points of fire damage.
Something.
Janaga, it is your turn. What would you like?
Well, I'm not playing around anymore, so I'm gonna shoot my bow and arrow at this dragon.
Okay, go ahead and roll. An 11, you basically pull your short bow back, you let it fly. However, as it kind of pivots its head, it kneels down almost and it skims the top of his forehead, going kind of over and above, the plated scales mitigating any of the damage that would have been done.
Okay.
Meepo is unconscious. He is going to make a death saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh.
And he fails his first one. It is Amelia's turn. Oh, wait, no. Was that everybody? Yeah, it was everybody. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. I'm really
No, you're
sensitive
good.
about it
Nah,
now.
You're all right.
Be out here. Do I have a rope?
You do have a rope. You have 50 feet of rope.
Can I? What does the favorite enemy thing? Because I just realized.
If you go to the compendium, you should be able to look it up. Yeah, go ahead and read that up real quick, and then when we come back to your turn, let me know. Amelia, what did you want to do? I'm sorry. You wanted to use rope?
I make and run up, try to get it on his head, and then jump on him.
Okay. So you take the rope and fashion it into kind of like a lasso. Choo-choo train!
There's a train coming through our street!
My bad.
Suddenly a train emerges from the wall and plows Calcerix to the other end. Meow, meow, boom. The secret train word is Calcerix.
I totally claim
so
the train.
you can go ahead and make a lasso, and for this first round, go ahead and make a acrobatics check to see if you can get the lasso around its head.
13.
Okay, so you take the lasso and you swing it over your head, and he's kind of flying up in the air, beating his wings, and the arrow just kind of ricocheted off, and you go to kind of throw the lasso over, but his head pivots and kind of knocks it away last moment. It is now Urki's turn. Urki is going to... Gosh darn it, I need to stop clicking that. there's only so much room for these tiny windows. He is going to clutch his holy symbol and reach out with his left hand, sacred flame. Oh, good job, Erky. So wisdom spell save. It doesn't matter. It's 1 point of damage. Calcerix takes 1 point of damage. And it is now Erendiel's turn. Go ahead, and what would you like to do?
Again.
Oh, why do we have to kill him?
Okay, so
Because he hurt somebody that we all love. How dare
He's the
you?
one that kept him in a damn cage.
You have really changed since the beginning of our journey.
the
Wrong. The kobold did.
I just don't know how I could ever even get this. I just don't think that. I think that we would be like in a world of crap if we don't bring this dragon back to the kobolds anyway.
Sorry, I was trying
It's all right.
Now you can read it.
to. Now I can read it.
Okay, can I cast Speak with Animals, please?
Yeah, go ahead. So you cast Speak with Animals, and you now have the ability to try and reason with Calcerix. Oh, just
Okay.
lost one of my headphones.
So
Oh no.
I just I want to express to him that I just express to him in as convincing a way as I can that if he calms down, we will not hurt him and we will get him out of this dungeon and set him free.
Okay, go ahead and roll Persuasion.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay, 14. So he hears kind of looks at you, and in this hissing draconic voice, just kind of goes, "They caged me, they beat me, they tortured me, and you want me to go back? No."
No, I don't want him to go back. I want to set him free.
He's also, you have to remember, he's also a baby. He's not exactly the most rational. No. He's still a dragon.
Oh, he's a baby.
I'm still a dragon, damn it!
The baby Cumberbatch.
He should be like, no.
Baby Cumberbatch.
It is now Calcerix's turn, and he is not having any more of it. Directly in front of him, he is going to unleash a cold breath. Everyone go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please. Erendiel, you are actually safe because you're out of the range of the cone, but everybody else needs to make a save.
My.
Okay. So let's roll 5d8 of damage.
What?
He's not playing around.
Dragon. Oh.
Okay. So, Amelia, you take half of that.
13.
That's 13 points damage. Janaga and Jaz, you take the full 26 points of damage.
That's
I'm
fine. I really had
unconscious.
nothing that I really could not come up with anything for this dragon.
Oh
Okay,
my
and then-
gosh.
What does it mean when I'm at -11?
So your hit points stop at 0, and it doesn't double your damage, so you're not instantly dead, but you are unconscious. Now, with that said, anyone
When you
can try
need
and
it.
attempt to revive you with a heal or a healing potion, and you will gain whatever hit points from 0. So you don't have to make up that -11 deficit or anything.
Come on, dragon. I was on your side.
You don't give a fuck. She's a baby.
It does not make the save against Urki's Sanctuary spell. So Urki is standing there, and the magic that's coming out of the cold breath just kind of parts around his body as his divine patron of Pelor kind of breathes the life of the sun from his magic, religious relic, emanating this warmth that negates the cold breath. It is now
He died.
Jayaz's turn. Jayaz, go ahead and roll a d20. Roll a d20. Just a straight up d20. No advantage, no disadvantage, no modifiers. 13. You succeed on your first death saving throw. That means that
You
2 more
regain
rolls
conscience.
above 10, you stay alive and you stabilize. 3 failed rolls below a 10, your character is permanently dead.
Great.
Janaga, go ahead and roll a d20. A 6.
Of course.
That is the first failed saving death throw. Meepo. A 9. I believe that's his second failure.
The second.
All right. It is now Urki's. I'm sorry, Amelia. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm unconscious.
Oh, you are? I thought you still had hit points. Okay,
Hit
go ahead.
points left.
Go ahead and roll a d20. All right.
3.
So the first death saving throw. That brings us to Urki's turn. Urki turn. Urki is going to cast. Hold on. Mass Cure Wounds for everybody. So, 1 second, por favor. So he is going to cast that at 3d8.
Even Amelia?
That is going to be for everybody in the room. Because as much as he is not crazy about her, he's less crazy about dying. Let's see here. And then we add his spellcasting modifier, which is Wisdom, which is... All right. Everyone recovers 20 hit points, or whatever your maximum hit points are if it's below.
Even those of us that are
Damn.
Yep, even if you're dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
are unconscious. So everybody, including Meepo, gets
Yay!
back up.
See, it was a good idea to save this guy.
Killed the failure cell.
So helpful.
Are they revived
Trust
now?
the little guy.
Yeah, so anyone who is unconscious is now revived with whatever hit points 0 plus 20 would have been for you.
I'm gonna touch my earpiece so that I know Amelia can hear me and be like, "This is why we don't hurt friends."
I'm touching my earpiece to say, I'm about to get out of the room and just say, screw this dragon. This is his home now.
Yeah, I'm about on that train as well.
Yeah, like this sounds like a losing battle to me. Like, he's a baby, but this is a powerful baby.
I don't know.
I guess we have to.
Well, I mean, it's Arendiel's turn now, so you do still have Speak with Animals active. Would you like to use your action to try and convince him again?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, go ahead and roll another persuasion check.
Tell
Oh,
him that will protect him from the kobolds, the people that put him in the cage.
this is terrible.
Go ahead and make your case. Tell me exactly what you tell to Calcerix.
In no way I'll tell him, or I want to communicate to him that we used Meepo to find him, and that was it. That's the only reason Meepo's there. But we intend to set him free.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, you can go back to where you belong.
Okay. He kind of takes a moment and lands on the ground, and he's kind of giving you these eyes that kind of bore into your soul and trying to determine whether or not you're speaking the truth. And he seems to believe you. He's not quite sure, but for the moment, it seems like he's non-aggressive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, do I still have turn stuff left? Can I still do something else?
What are you trying to do?
I just want to communicate to everybody in the party, don't hurt him!
Yeah, you can yell that out real quick.
Fine.
I'll attack him. I think I'm convincing him that we can set him free and he won't hurt us.
Can we go for like one big group hug then?
Well, it's now Calcerix's turn.
It's not convinced yet.
So Calcerix kind of backs up towards the back of the room again, putting as much distance between him and the party as he can. As he does, he's not quite attacking, but he definitely is still very wary of the party, especially now that Meepo is up and looking at him very confused. Jayaz, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
We understand now. We want to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll for me.
Also, I did get.
Okay, thank you. C.
Yay! Yay!
Okay. Here. Persuasion is a charisma spell. Okay, so you don't get advantage on that. Okay. He hears you. He's still not communicating back. He's very wary. Kind of seems to be guarding something towards the back of the room. But yeah, he's not advancing. He's not advancing at all. Kind of snarling a little bit. I'm sorry, she's snarling a little bit. She's a lady. Janaga, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I feel like I just need to move into the bottom right corner and then end my turn because I have nothing that I can do.
Okay, you can totally do that.
And I end my turn.
Okay.
I'm Vegeta.
Oh. Meepo, no.
Okay. Meepo actually understands what's going on. And he kind of walks to the center of the room and puts the leash down on the spikes and backs away slowly.
Yay! Oh, this is wonderful.
Amelia, it's your turn.
Can I use the rope to tie up Meepo?
Sure. Go
Strength
ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics. 14.
Okay. Let's see. And Meepo rolls a 7. So he is not able to really fight you back. And he is tied up on the ground. Arms are bound. He's kind of looking at you like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This is what you get. He said you beat him, her.
I did no such. No!
I don't like you.
Maybe he didn't do it, but the elders did it.
I'm gonna punch someone.
There we go. Hey, good idea. Argue in front of the dragon so you can she can trust us a little more.
Okay, I'm quieting, but I'm pissed off because someone hurt this poor baby. I hurt, and I'm gonna fix that.
Okay. So we've successfully gone through pretty much every round of combat. Erky doesn't do anything either. As you all kind of take a moment to let the room chill, Calstrix is backed against the wall, not made any advancements, not any moves. What do you guys do? What is your plan?
Can we lay down our weapons to just show that we're not going to fight him anymore? Her?
Yeah. Yeah. So who all drops their weapons to the ground?
I'll drop my weapons.
I'm not.
Okay.
I think that dragon pretty much knows I'm not going to hurt it, and I don't think I have to drop my weapons.
Okay.
I'll just pull mine back, and I didn't take any of mine out.
Okay.
So I'm good.
At this point, I'm gonna
And you're going to give it to her?
Okay.
I know, but I don't have it on me.
Just kind of reaches forward, sniffs a little bit, and hisses back like, no. But she's eyeing Meepo like she's real hungry.
Oh no.
I mean, can we feed Meepo to her?
I can run out and trick the elders to coming to get you so you can have a full course right there instead of Meepo.
From the goblin box.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Feed the baby.
I think we're like 2-3 rooms over.
Back.
Could I like montage run over to goblin bodies, crack off like an arm, and bring it back?
I mean, you could leave the room. I don't. Calcerix is necessarily. I don't get the feeling that Calcerix is going to try and go anywhere.
Well, if he comes with us,
This is their lair now.
While we walk out, we can get the food so we can free him. While we're like walking out to free him, he can eat all the dead bodies we killed.
Well, I don't think that Caltrix is going to leave because she's been trying to guard something in the back of this room anyway. So we need to just instill greater trust and bring her food. Oh, okay, I'll go get goblin parts.
You want goblin bits? All right. So the party is all going to leave the room. Do you leave Meepo tied up, or you're bringing Meepo
We'll
with you?
bring back parts of goblin for her.
Meepo tied up.
We're gonna go get something for you.
I do not want to leave Meepo with the dragon. Absolutely.
No, we're all gonna leave. We're gonna take Meepo and
I'm not leaving.
Okay. Calstrix kind of eyes the party again, eyes darting back and forth between everybody. She kind of hisses and.
Can I communicate
Yeah.
with Caltrix?
Yeah, your spell's still active.
Let her know that we're going to go get her some food and we will be right back. So
Get some food for her. Not like we're taking a break.
it was like 5. We'll be right
Okay.
back.
So Calcerix kind of, is wedging itself down, haunches kind of primed, ready to take off at a moment's notice, but otherwise is just kind of like nodding and just kind of watches. Is not very verbal with you, but is, it looks a little scared, definitely hungry. Do you guys do anything else before you leave, or you just kind of back out of the room slowly?
Can
Okay.
I do like a check of spells in the room, I guess?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Well, never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
You kind of sense out with your abilities to sense nature and the natural elements around you, and for some reason you can't seem to tap into any of your abilities at this moment.
Or something in here?
Hmm?
Like a bowl? Something I could put like liquid in?
Yeah,
Or
within
drink
some of
out?
the smashed. So to your right, there's a overturned cabinet that seems kind of smashed. There's several ceramic bowls, as well as various plates, china, most of which has been destroyed. But you managed to find a serviceable bowl that you could use to carry food.
Wine in it. I'm giving the dragon the wine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, drunk baby death.
I
Also the name of my new
would love
She's
that.
thirsty. She needs something to drink.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you
our nice
take
bottle of
the
wine that your
you take the
dragon lord
wine.
boyfriend gave us.
The nice bottle of wine, the one from okay, that
Yeah.
changes things. Okay, yeah, you take the bottle, you pop the cork on it, and you kind of smell it a little bit before you pour into the bowl, and just kind of leave it towards the center of the room.
Okay. And they're all leaving, and I'm just gonna stay with the dragon. So
Are you gonna stay?
I thought it was
I'll
only
just sit
me
and, like-
going to go get dragon or goblin bits.
I just don't feel safe. Anybody.
Yeah, if it's one-on-one,
Yeah.
that baby's gonna chow down.
I'll be fine.
With the dragon. If y'all want to go.
Well, I'm taking my little guy with me.
I'm gonna make sure.
Okay.
Yes, Meepo's with you, the little guy's with me.
So everyone except Amelia backs out slowly, right? Okay. So as Calcerix kind of is backed against the corner, clearly protecting something behind the table, Amelia brings forth this peace offering of wine and kind of sets it into the center of the room.
And
As the
I'm gonna
rest
stay
of
in the
you,
corner farthest
yeah.
away from him.
So as the rest of you are kind of slowly exiting out of the room, Janaga, you're kind of the last person to close the door behind you. You lock eyes with Amelia, and you lock eyes with Calcerix. You kind of shake your head, and you close the door behind you. And that's where we're going to end this week.
Oh.
Yay!
So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. We've got some interesting things that came up this week. I was expecting y'all to take out some dragons, but the dragon wasn't having any of it. So, yeah.
And also, I quickly want to thank everybody that donated towards the charity. We made $100 tonight.
Nice.
So great job, everybody. You're all natural 20s tonight.
That's
Thank you, everybody.
amazing.
That's awesome.
Let's keep it up.
Let's keep this going.